segment, we will take a look at some of the top games from across the state to watch here in week number 4.
All right, Connor, great to have you back on the show this week. A big one in the Western Athletic Conference at Lewis Field Stadium as unbeaten Hayes will host 2-1 Garden City.
Yeah, this should be a very key game. The first thing is Garden City is much improved. You know, the last several years, they've oscillated 2 or 3 wins. But in that stretch, they've always had a really good defense. Last year, top 10 in 6A in defense. This year, again, another top 10 in defense. Obviously, Hayes High, there's certain individual standouts, but they had the really impressive defense improvement last year when they finished top 5 in 5A. Both of these teams return a lot of players on D. I expect this to be a low-scoring game. Of course, for Hayes High, Jerry Kanek at the quarterback leads the conference in multiple stats, passing, rushing. He's put together a huge year. Hayes High's schedule has been relatively not strong so far, but they've had 3 really nice wins. Garden City, of course, the really quality win against Hutch in week 2. A lot of really nice kids on both sides. You know, Joel Bellows for Garden City is a very quality player on defense. Of course, Terrell and Elliott up front, a really nice kid. Colin Kleistuber, nearly 300 yards on the ground. Of course, Kanek, Myers for Hayes High. But Bowman on defense has been a tremendous surprise. First-year starter, transferred in 2 years ago, really didn't play much at all last year, but has been a tremendous player up front. I think this is going to be a low-scoring game. The series is typically close, but I think Hayes High does win.
All right, Matt, let's go to you. Atchison County at Nemaha Central.
Yeah, big game here in District 4 of Class 2A. And maybe surprisingly, Atchison County, a team who's 3-0 as the inter-district play, and maybe not expected after back-to-back 3-win seasons. It's been a while since they've had a winning season. In fact, it's been since 2012, and they haven't made the playoffs since 2011. So Alex Thornburg, their new head coach, is trying to get things rolling again for the Tigers. This will be a big test. At Nemaha Central, the second-ranked Thunder in Class 2A, that only loss coming on that last-second field goal to Holton, who is state-ranked back in Week 1. Since then, the Thunder have rolled over Royal Valley, and then a quality 19-7 win at Sabetha last week. And they have a first-year coach, too, in Michael Glatzak, the former Centralia star, who has taken over for the Thunder. Obviously, when you talk about Nemaha Central, you talk about Zach Kramer, their outstanding quarterback, athlete, over 350 yards passing, over 200 yards rushing so far this season. Sam McWilliams in the backfield is a nice compliment to him as well. And this is just a really quality team in Nemaha Central that I think is going to go a long way in the playoffs. You look at Atchison County, and it's a team that, like I said, it's a little bit unknown. They've only given up 7 points all year. The competition hasn't been, nearly what you would think. But Pleasant Ridge is a team that's been surprising as well. And Atchison County shut them out 22-0 back in Week 2. Kieran Quarter is the outstanding player for the Tigers. He's rushed for over 150 yards and has over 200 yards receiving, and he had 5 touchdowns total in last week's win over McLouth. Their junior quarterback, Bryson Lee, has thrown for 8 touchdown passes already, so they can move the ball a little bit, and we'll see if they can do so against a really stout Nemaha Central team, but I like the Thunder in this one.
All right, Matt, a big one as the top 2 in 8-man Division 2 meets as Hanover will host Axtell.
Yeah, really big game, obviously, in Division 2, and it's also a big game in District 3 that includes 3 of the top 5 teams in the state when you add in Frankfort as well. So a lot to be decided here. With Hanover and Axtell, you talk about an intense rivalry in the Twin Valley League. These two teams have met twice in each of the past 3 seasons, and Hanover's gotten the better of them. Obviously, they've won 15 of the last 17, and it was Axtell who won both times in 2019, and on their way to a state runner-up finish, and That's been the 2 wins in the series of late. Hanover last year, again, they win their 7th state football championship in the school history with that win over St. Francis. And then all they do is graduate multiple all-state selections, which seems like they do on an annual basis. Jacob Juneman, Colin Juneman, both gone, as well as Jacob Klipp, their linebacker. But they've got quite a bit back, and it always helps to have a Stahlbomber behind center. And Braylon Stahlbomber has taken over at quarterback. He's thrown already 11 touchdowns in just 3 games. Josh Zerbnicki has 7 of those touchdown catches. And Emmett Juneman, who was a really key player in that championship game last year and really in the playoff stretch as a receiver for the Wildcats, has over 100 yards receiving and 3 touchdowns as well. Keegan Dimmler has taken over in the backfield, and he has 5 rushing scores, over 300 yards. So still a very talented team. Hanover's very deep, and they always are, and the tradition just continues there. You look at the other side with Axtell. Eric Detweiler in his 9th season has really produced, turned them into a really nice program. His son Isaac is an outstanding quarterback, nearly 2,000 yards passing last year and 31 touchdowns. He's only thrown 7 incompletions thus far in the first 3 weeks, and is nearing 500 yards passing and 8 scores. He's also a key threat on the ground for them. And really one of the questions for me for Axtell was who was going to replace Mitchell Bussing at receiver, who had over 1,000 yards last year's, but Brandon Schmezel has stepped in and really become a nice weapon, both carrying the ball and catching as well, and so they've got some nice players as well, and Ethan Brockstrom is another, and so this is going to be an outstanding game. I think that Detweiler may be the best player on the field, but I think Hanover may have a little bit more overall. I think it should be very competitive and a close game, but I'll give Hanover the advantage, the slight advantage, as they've had in the series history today.
All right, Connor, lastly, a big one in 8 minutes. Quinter, unbeaten, as they will take on a Wheatland Grinnell.
These 2 teams, I've been around these 2 teams for years. 10 miles apart. They're in the same county. They're actually they don't always play each other in the fall, but this is a rivalry that's very, very intense, and people know how the other team's doing. 2 years ago, Grainfield beat Quinter for the first time all time, and I remember the story that the PA announcer for Grainfield, as he walked down postgame, said, that's the first time that we've ever beaten Quinter. A lot of these players know each other very, very well. Of course, Grainfield, 8-3 last year, the best season all time. They returned the brothers, Trey and Jet. Of course, their dad's the coach. Mendez at tailback, nearly 3,000 yards career on the ground. For Quinter, of course, Boone, a tremendous player in several sports. Normally quarterback, he's been banged up. He will probably just play on defense. But Preston Havilis came in and threw for over 300 yards last week. The big key to watch, when Grainfield has lost the last 2 years, including week 1, it's generally because Mendez has been slowed down. He only had 6 yards in week 1, and of 2 of their losses last year, he had 100 or so yards, but took him a lot of carries to get there. Can Quinter's defense slow down Mendez? Overall, Grainfield certainly has more team speed. I think is the overall favorite here. I expect another very, very close game tomorrow night.
And that will conclude this week's edition of the Kansas Kickoff Show. Special thanks to Matt Gilmore from kpreps.com, Chet Copeland from Sports in Kansas, as well as Kpreps and Sports in Kansas contributor Connor Nickel, as well as our great sponsors, American Implement, Next Tech Wireless, The Safe Project, and Think Before You Post. Again, for Matt Gilmore, Chet Copeland, and Connor Nickel, I'm Sean Boston saying so long. Enjoy week 4 of the high school football season right here in the Sunflower State.
You've been listening to the Kansas Kickoff Show, powered by kpreps.com and Sports in Kansas.
Jay football is on the air. Our pregame show sponsored by Central National Bank. And with tonight's broadcast, Dewey Terrill, Brian Field, and Jackson Schneider.
A pleasant good evening, everyone. Welcome for the first time ever to the brand new Blue Jay Stadium at the brand new Junction City High School. Good evening, everyone. Glad to have you with us on 107.9 FM, 1420 KJCK. Junction City 2-1, hosting Washburn Rural 3-0 in the first ever football game at this high school stadium. I'll bring my color analyst Brian Field in, and it's kind of an exciting time right now.
It is. You know, Dewey, like you and I were talking about a little bit ago, it was very rare that I don't have something to say, I guess. That's what you always say, which is probably true. I've always got something to say. I don't have a whole lot to say. I'm a little speechless. I think this is great. It's been a long time coming, watching the kids practice on this field, and we had to play our first 3 games out of town, and so they've been on the road, and we had the scrimmage that we went to in Hayes, and so Coach Zimmerman talked about this. Long time coming. We finally get a game at home, and they've been practicing here for several weeks. The field's great. The facility's cool. You've got the big video board, which is going to add a lot of excitement, but what we need is people to come out to the stadium, fill this stadium, make a lot of noise, help this team get fired up. But exciting, neat place, Dewey, and it is. It's a modern venue. You can kind of tell it's really cool. You've got the school there right next to it. They're going to walk right out of the locker room virtually onto the field, which is so cool. You got the weight room right there, so your athletes are looking out onto the track, the football field, as they lift weights through the doors. You've got the garage doors that come up, and so the kids can walk right out to a multi-use area, to the track, to the football field, and so it's cool. You know, the Blue Jay, typical Blue Jays in the end zones, just like at Al Simpler, the Blue Jay C in the middle, the different colored turfs every 5 yards. One thing that's new, that's the addition that is really cool, is the team blocks are all blue. And so you've got big blue right there. So there's a lot of blue, and the school's blue, and a lot of blue and white accents. And so it is. This is a Junction City Blue Jay football field, and it is really cool. I'm excited. And when we started talking about this and working for the new school, as you mentioned, as we've talked about, I was on the board, and so it's exciting that it's finally here. It was a lot of hard work by a ton of people. Hutton did a great job building the school. Mr. Wild, David Wild, did an outstanding job managing this project, and you had the board overseeing it. So many people that have been involved, and tonight I understand that Malcolm Watkins, we'll mention this in a minute, from Schaefer, Johnson, Cox, and Fries here representing Hutton Construction. He was the lead architect on the project, and so he's going to be here tonight, and hopefully he's excited about what he sees.
We're about 25 minutes away from kickoff of this matchup between the Blue Jays and the Junior Blues, traditional foes in the Centennial League, and we have 2 good football teams playing here tonight in the first ever ball game at what is now known as Blue Jay Stadium. We'll take a break on the Central National Bank pregame show. We welcome you to the broadcast. We'll come back and we'll talk with Matt Westerhouse, the athletic director for Junction City High School, right after this.
Central National Bank's convenient home equity line of credit, or HELOC, can help make it a lot easier to pay for your home improvement project, consolidate debts, or to pay a large, unexpected bill. Put the equity in your home to work for you, and for a limited time, pay no origination fee. Offer of credit is subject to credit approval.
Central National Bank, money for life.
Member FDIC, in your hometown since 1884, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to the Central National Bank pregame show. We're talking with Athletic Director Matt Westerhouse. Kind of a tumultuous time at JCHS. There's all kinds of projects, work underway. Kids are going to school. You're running around here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah, that's it in a nutshell for sure, Dewey. It's been a whirlwind here. I can't believe we're in week 4 already for football, and for our events this fall. It's a lot of stuff going on, and I want to start off by just thanking our coaches for being patient as we work through all of this. They've been very flexible in everything that they have done, and our students as well. So big thanks to them, and really acclimating to what we've been working through. And obviously, at the end of the day, when everything's said and done, it's going to be a pretty special place.
Historic night. You're opening the brand new Blue Jay Stadium. Tell us first about the name Blue Jay Stadium.
Well, Blue Jay Stadium, as you know, we have had facilities named after individuals in the past, and as our committee, that the History, Legacy, Tradition Committee that was put together last year that I chaired, presented, we wanted to move away from having facilities named and be able to recognize those folks who have significant merits, accomplishments in another fashion, and hopefully we'll be doing that through a Hall of Fame here in the very near future, hopefully in conjunction with an alumni association.
Will that be in the building or outside by the football stadium?
Well, I think the initial plans were to be in the building, but whether you have something identified in the building or outside for both, I think that's something that we could talk about, and I think that would give us an opportunity to recognize more people. We've got a lot of people that have done some significant things here and great accomplishments here at Junction City High School, not only on the athletic side, but the academic side, within the community, you name it. So I'm looking forward to that. We haven't really progressed like we want to just quite yet, but as I've talked about here recently, just urge patience, and we'll get there.
Talk about this football facility, everything, seating to layout, what you're going to see when you come out.
Well, we think it's a pretty neat facility. When you come in, our home bleachers seat a little over 2,700 on the home side and a little over 1,000 on the visitor side, and a lot of space to move, stand, find areas to watch the game. Our concessions and restrooms are centrally located between our home and visitors. A little bit of a walk down to our concessions. But I think the viewing area that everybody has and the ability to move around and find a spot is going to be comfortable for our spectators that come in. With our video board, I would love to tell you that we're going to be 100% with what our expectations are for the usage of our video board. Our expectations are that we want to create an in-game experience, similar to what you would see at a college level. And we are just not there yet in regards to training and feeling comfortable with being able to, put out everything. So you're going to see a little bit of what we can offer, and then hopefully as people come to the stadium, inside, outside, you'll see that expand as we get better, and we'll be able to provide more offerings for spotlighting student achievement, spotlighting potential sponsors down the road. So a lot of opportunities and a lot of people very excited about how we can use that, but we got a long ways to go before I think you see it to its full potential.
Do you have a full staff or students helping? Yeah,
well, Jason Curtis leads our AV production, and he'll have a crew of students that will take part in that, graphics, you name it, and need to get that up and running to its full capacity. And I think those students that have that interest to put something on, produce it, and show off their talents that they have, because so many of these students have unbelievable talents in creating those types of content. I think you'll see that program grow more and more.
Talk about locker rooms, how teams are going to access the field, the weightlifting room. There's a lot there.
There's a lot. So, our weightlifting is ground level, looks out to the football field, has a couple of garage doors that for ease of transition in and out. Fans will see our home team. They'll come out the glass doors in between the weight room and the team locker room areas, so that feeds right out to the stadium. Our visiting team, we will house them in our boys and girls PE locker room, so they'll come around the north side, and there's a sidewalk that they'll follow in, and so all of our teams will be on the west side of the stadium. All of our fans will be on the north, the east, and the south. So, in designing this, we wanted to make sure we created a little bit of separation in regards to event management, and I think we've done that pretty good. So,
new track also.
New 9-lane track. We'll probably host every regional, probably from, not this year, we probably won't host this year, but we'll be on the docket for every year. Down the road, probably, we just have a nice layout, track-wise, long jump, triple jump-wise, pole vault-wise, all of our throw areas. I think it's set up to manage and hold events really well.
How are your teams doing this fall?
Well, that's, they're doing. I think they're doing good. I'd like to be able to tell you. I know every little thing that's going on. There's just been so much going on. I don't have a lot of detail. Our cross country program is off to a pretty good start. We've got a young man, Tyler Atkins, who's kind of a front runner at last few cross country races, and fans are going to have an opportunity to see our cross-country team a lot in the month of October. We're going to be at home the October 2nd with our Bob Schmeichel Invitational. October 16th with League. We're hosting League out there, and then we've put in to host regionals out there on the 23rd. So a lot of opportunities. Tennis, our tennis numbers are larger than they ever have been with girls tennis. So Coach Mike Kuehl is excited about that. He's also excited about the new tennis complex that'll be going in at the Junction City Middle School. We're going to add 8 courts to those 4 and have a 12-plex. So he is super excited. That'll give us the opportunity to host regional, state events there. Boys soccer's off to a pretty good start. Coach McFarland's got some good youth and some kids that have some experience with playing the sport of soccer. So I think that's you see the benefits of those and moving forward. So he's excited about what this year and the future holds for Blue Jay soccer.
Busy parking lot here tonight.
busy parking lot, and a lot of parking spaces which you didn't have at the old place. There's over, once we open everything up, probably around a little over 1,000 parking spots for spectators to park in, and we'll be able to use our bus area on game nights that's identified during the day for visitors to kind of use as well. So I think we've got a lot of space to accommodate a lot of people, and surely expecting a lot of people tonight. I think there's a kind of a buzz in the air to get back home and play some football. It's been a while since we had a lot of people at home, and then we've had a lot of people in our venue because of COVID protocols last year.
Some tailgating, food trucks.
Yes, so hopefully we have some people come out and enjoy the space that we have in regards to parking and set up pretty early. It's going to be a beautiful night for football. Our first game is our United Way kickoff night, and so United Way will be here. They'll have some hot dogs. We're going to have a little food truck here, and we're going to have a gentleman providing some music for fans in the parking lot as well prior to game time.
Good luck.
Thanks, Dewey.
We'll be back on the Central National Bank pregame show right after this.
Central National Bank's convenient home equity line of credit, or HELOC, can help make it a lot easier to pay for your home improvement project, consolidate debts, or to pay a large, unexpected bill. Put the equity in your home to work for you, and for a limited time, pay no origination fee. Offer of credit is subject to credit approval.
Central National Bank, money for life.
Member FDIC in your hometown since 1884, equal housing lender.
And welcome back to Blue Jay Stadium. Good comments tonight by Athletic Director Matt Westerhouse. The Junction City High School Marching Band is out on the brand new turf, warming up, performing their pregame routine. They'll also be performing at halftime tonight. This band starts rehearsal in the summertime. Some of them even march in the Sundown Salute Parade. We'll have, of course, the ROTC bringing on the flag and then the national anthem. Brian, your thoughts? Exciting night.
Well, it is an exciting night, and there's some things that are really cool about this, Dewey. Just looking, and you'll see it, the lights tonight, they're LED lights. They're very bright, but they're made specifically to light up football fields, and it's going to be really cool, or athletic fields anyway, and they've got lower lights that are angled in different ways, and so you can just see the big difference. We were all used, in fact, when I played at Alston, where there were wooden poles and the yellow lights. They put in new lights a few years later that were like a halogen light. Well, this is that next generation. It's an LED light. They had to come in and make some adjustments the other night when they lit up the field for the first time, and they started using the video board, and they started to see that maybe there were some adjustments that needed to be made to the lights. They came in. Those lights that are lower are actually there to try and keep, so you don't want the ball to get above the lights. So it kind of shines. That was always something that was tough catching punts when the ball gets above the lights. And here now, these lights are made to where nothing should get above the lights. At least it's going to have to be awfully high to get above the lights. And so it's really cool. cool. There's special lights. The turf looks great. The video board looks great. The team's getting ready to come out. They're literally going to come out of the locker room and run right onto the field. And so it's a neat venue. It's going to be a really cool thing. Quite a few people here tonight. I would say we're probably about 75% capacity. We're going to have more people. There's more people out in the parking lot getting ready to come in. Dewey, right there by the video board on the west end of the stadium, the northwest end of the stadium, there are some Harley motorcycles.
I saw that.
So it looks like they're going to probably make some noise maybe when the Blue Jays come out. So that's pretty cool. Maybe it's Harley night here at Junction City High School. We know over at K-State it's kind of a cool thing.
Band is at attention. The junior ROTC color guard is out, and they're recognizing Thomas Oakley, longtime head custodian for Junction City High School, who passed away unexpectedly in the offseason. That's a man I was friends with, and I miss him.
I do too. Thomas was a great guy, and when I worked at the YMCA, he was running the facilities at Junction City High School in the evenings when we would use them, and so it was always just enjoyed. We'd stay late when they were, after everybody was gone, and talk a little bit. He was always the first one to greet us when we would come in for the football games every time we'd have a home game, and so you're right, Dewey. Everybody misses Thomas. He was a great guy.
Moment of silence.
Tonight, the American flag.
You've flown from the nest, but not from our hearts, is what the video board read, with a picture of Thomas Oakley. He wanted to work here and didn't get the opportunity.
For the Junction City High School Junior ROTC Blue Jay Battalion. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand.
The national anthem coming up with the marching band. You're listening to the Central National Bank pregame show. Now let's hear what Blue Jay head coach Randall Zimmerman has to say about tonight's ball game. Welcome back to the Central National Bank pregame show. We're talking with the Blue Jay head football coach Randall Zimmerman. Big game tonight for historic reasons here at the new stadium, Blue Jay Stadium.
Yeah, opening up new stadium and new facility here. I think our kids are excited. Hope our community's excited. And our whole focus all week has been what's going on top of the turf and inside the track, I guess. But hopefully we did enough during the week to come out and compete against a really, really, really good Washburn Rural team.
They're 3-0. What do they do, offense and defense?
Well, they're spread offense. Very intelligent quarterback. He's definitely the cog that makes him go, I guess. Very, very smart. He knows where he's going with the ball before it, is even snapped. And then they're just good, very good around him. Really good running backs, receivers that really catch the ball well. Gigantic type of tight end makes it awfully tough on you. And then defensively, very similar to last week's defense and Topeka Seaman, and that they're going to bring a lot of pressure at us, a lot of people up the field, a lot of guys in the box. So we have to be able to get it in behind them. We have to be able to execute and play fast and play physical with them.
What's different from Seaman and Washburn Rural?
Schemes are a little bit different. Not much, though. They're very similar teams. They really are. And, Washburn Rural has just been with it longer because, Topeka Seaman has a new coach, although their returning coaches are the ones that are running their offense and their defense and that kind of stuff. But, Rural's been under the same leadership here for 10 years, I think, or 11 years. I'm not sure how long he's been there. But, and they're similar scheme-wise, physicality. But Washburn Rural definitely has, strengths and numbers. They're able to two-platoon. They don't have to play everybody on both sides of the ball. So that's a big advantage for them. And, they're good. They're just really, really, really good, and they're really confident right now. And, first time for a while they started 3-0, and it's the first time we've played them being undefeated for a while.
How historically important is this game for this school?
I don't even know. It's not historically important at all tonight, but it will be down the road for sure. And that's the thing. It's down the road. It's always, that's what we tell our kids. It's always going to be there. It's always going to be there. But our kids are so excited about it, and our community, I hope, is excited about it. But just kids want to come out, a new way to come out, being at home. And we just, we've been on the road. We were at Hayes and Topeka, Manhattan, Topeka. Now we're back at home. So I'm pretty excited about that for sure. And then just to get it going here. Hopefully we have a great evening weather-wise, and hope the fans pack the place. They're very energetic and very positive, and able to see a good football game against two really, really good teams.
What do you think of your stadium, your field?
Oh, I really like the setting. The stadium is a great design and feels nice and soft. It really is. And the biggest thing for me with it, and I told this to our AD, is we needed to get out here and practice. We needed practice. We needed people on it. We needed to, break it in just a little bit. And the way you break in a turf field is make sure you got people on the field, so it's not so soft, for leg injuries and that kind of stuff. But we've had plenty of practice time, and plenty of PE classes are out here. The first couple of weeks of school, we didn't have any inside facilities, so we were out here all the time, which really, really, really helped it, I think. And really nice field and a really nice setting, and really enjoy, just being able to walk right out at the end of the school and right out onto the field from the weight room, those kind of things. And our kids are excited about that for sure.
How will you make an entry tonight for the start of the ball game?
Oh, nothing different than what we've done at Al Simpler. We're going to come out of the exit to the high school is a little bit different because you can see it from the stadium. So we're all just going to come out. We're going to get to the tunnel, and we're going to hit the field from there.
Good luck.
Thanks, Dewey. Thanks for having us.
I'll be back right after this.
For more than 40 years, Dell Motors has been your hometown dealer in Junction City. Right on the presidential corner of Grant and Washington, you'll find a staff of Junction City locals who want to make your buying experience as easy as possible. Whether it's helping you find a car that's more affordable, or one with more size, or even if you just need more information to see if buying is right for you, Dell Motors is here. Dell Motors, Grant and Washington in Junction City, and always on at DellMotors.com.
This is Blue Jay football on 107.9 FM and 1420 KJCK.
Welcome back to Blue Jay Stadium ahead of Junction City Washburn Rural football. And here comes the Junction City Blue Jays onto the field. Carrying the Blue Jay flag, they come through, break through the tape, and they are on the sideline. In the background, you're hearing Harley-Davidson motorcycles parked in the far end of the stadium. They revved their engines as the boys came out of the school and made their first run onto the playing field. Brian, this is an exciting time.
It is, Dewey, and I'm just going to sit here and watch for a minute.
Talk to you in the fourth quarter.
This is awesome, man. This is so cool. The Harleys, that we've done that before, but that was really neat. Players come out fired up. Washburn Rural did something a little interesting. When the Blue Jays came out, Washburn Rural ran to midfield and had a breakdown. That might fire some people up, so let's see. That was an interesting move by Washburn Rural, but the Blue Jays came out fired up. Dewey, what the Blue Jays are going to have to do tonight is what they have not done in the last two ball games, and that is they have to come out tonight fired up, use this momentum, intimidate Washburn Rural just a little bit with this crowd and the noise and everything that's going on, and they have to use that momentum and come out and play good football in the first quarter, because that is not what the Blue Jays have done the last couple of weeks. They ended up winning that ball game last week because of the way they played in the second half, and thank goodness that defense played well throughout the ball game to keep it close and held Seaman to just field goals in the first half to be behind 9-0, and then they came on. The Blue Jays got a field goal of their own by Aidenfield, and then they came on, and their offense was able to score some touchdowns with some running of T.J. Jones, some running of the quarterback David Rowell, and we saw some good things. Xavion Felton with some good things, downfield blocking. The offensive line blocked very well. The second half was a whole nother football game for the Blue Jays, and what they did in the second half was come back and win that football game. Tonight, don't play from behind. Don't play from behind like they did against Manhattan. Come out tonight with the momentum. Jump on them early. The last time the Blue Jays played Washburn Rural, they beat them 70-25 in the playoffs.
We'll break here. We'll come back and start the ball game right after this.
If you're in need of a high-quality, like-new car, there's only one place in town to go. Rex's Auto Sales has you covered. Their sales team is focused on helping you find the right vehicle for you and not just padding their sales totals. They'll even show you a free car history report to make sure you know every detail about your new ride. Give them a call at 785-238-4613 or stop by their lot at 16th and Washington today. Find your next ride at Rex's Auto Sales.
The Baskin-Robbins flavor of the month for September is Inside Out Apple Pie. Like the pie, but better. Swirled apple and vanilla flavored ice creams with hearty chunks of apple and pie crust. It's sweetened with cinnamon brown sugar. It's a scrumptious ice cream. Other flavors returning are quarterback crunch and German chocolate cake. Cakes for take-home are available in our dessert case daily. Find the one that fits your needs or pre-order with the 48-hour notice. Baskin-Robbins even has pre-packed quarts to take home. Available in 12 flavors. It's Baskin-Robbins, 1012 West 6th Street, Junction City.
Jumbotron firing the fans up. The teams are getting ready to take the field. Junction City will receive the opening kickoff. They'll move east to west, right to left on this brand new facility. Randall Zimmerman wanted the field laid out in an east-west direction, not north-south like many football stadiums. This keeps the north wind from howling in and impacting the passing game in the ball game. So his direction, lay it out east-west.
Well, yeah, and that's what Al Simpler was. And it is one of the few east-wests that we play on, and I like that. But I will tell you this, Dewey, we're up on a hill here, so it's much, much windier than it was at Al Simpler Stadium. It's very noticeable. Was talking to the kids the other night. Yeah, there's a little more wind, and it can affect the kicking game a little bit, but it's windier up here where we're high than down on the field. When you're walking on the field, you don't notice it as much. And so, but it's a neat venue, wide open here, Dewey. We can see for miles and miles off to the north, clear to the other side of Fort Riley. And so it's a beautiful place. Noticed automatically right off the bat the sound, the microphone. The officials are more crisp and clear. You can hear better. The sound, the video board is outstanding. A lot of cool stuff, Dewey. So this is going to be a very exciting night. But the Blue Jays have to come out and play hard quickly right off the bat.
Giles Fredrickson will kick off for Washburn Rural. I can see Hildebrand Dairy Farms in the far distance to our northwest. Fredrickson kicking from the 40-yard line. And the kickoff in the air, sailing deep down toward the end zone. T.J. Jones will let it roll up the backside. Junction City will start 1st and 10 on their 20-yard line. And Brian, first place, so important to set the tone.
It is, Dewey, but again, tonight, what these Blue Jays, this team is unique in the sense that they don't get real fired up. I mean, even last week in the second half, they're businesslike. And we noticed last week when they came out a little bit of a difference in that Manhattan game. It just looked like they weren't ready to go. Tonight, they're going to have to be ready to go, and they're going to have to play together, and they can set the tone right here by moving the football. Washburn Rural plays a 3-4. They are susceptible to the option, and last week Pittsburgh ran the option very well. They do have a good secondary. We'll talk about some of their defensive players in a minute, but they are aggressive, and they will blitz some, Dewey.
Here we go. The Blue Jays set the offense. Twins left, twins right, 4 receivers in the opening play. They snap it in the backfield to David Rowell, flipping back to TJ, trying the ride in, gains 1 to the 21-yard line. 2nd down 9 coming up for Junction City.
Yeah, and I think they pitch that to that was Xavion, I believe, but Xavion Felton, the fullback, was the ball carrier. But and Dewey, we are different. I thought this view might be different. It's not a whole lot different than Al Simpler. We're probably a little bit higher and a little bit further back, but so far I really like the view.
All right, TJ's in the slot right. Junction City getting everybody set on offense. 2nd down 9 coming up. Moving right to left. They snap it. They turn. They give in the backfield, running right up the gut.
Yeah.
Maybe 1 yard gain to the 22. Junction City not getting a whole lot on their first 2 carries. Xavion carrying for a second time. Now it's 3rd down 8 for Junction City.
Yeah.
The sun is shining brightly over the stadium. We do have a pretty gusty breeze tonight.
Yeah, it was only supposed to be about 8 or 9 miles an hour at game time, but the wind is supposed to be out of the northeast. It's actually out of the north. I'm guessing it's about 12, 15 miles an hour, Dewey.
3rd down, Junction City looking over. Coach Randall Zimmerman on the Blue Jays sideline getting the play. Now Junction City sets 3 receivers wide left on the near side. They call that trips. They snap it back to Roel. Under some pressure. Going to keep it and run it himself across the 25. Now drag him down there. Gain of 3, but far shy of the first down. It'll be 4th and 5.
Yeah, and right there, that's just something. So what they do, Washburn Rural, they are assignment sound. They're very similar to Seaman defensively, but they play the 3-4. They've got some good football players. Austin Fager, we know that name. It seems like he plays 14 different sports. We hear it all the time. He's one of their defensive ends. He's a senior. We'll talk about 2 more in a minute, Dewey.
Junction City snaps it back, and they are kicking with T.J. Jones. Not a good kick. Bounces at the 41 of Junction City. Takes a little Blue Jay roll up to the 43. That didn't have the distance.
No, and we're starting off just like we have the last 2 games, which we did not want, Dewey. We're putting our defense in a bad situation. Last week, the defense played amazingly against Seaman. I want to mention a couple more things about that Washburn defense, and one of them was in there on that last tackle. Connor Conklin, he's a middle linebacker. He's a senior, very aggressive, 6'1", 195. And Landon McEwen's also one of their best receivers. Switching to them offensively, Dewey, they're going to run a spread offense just like we've seen the last 2 weeks. They run it very well. They've got a dual-threat quarterback, Brandon Dewey. We'll talk about him in a minute.
All right, they're setting the offense. They snap it to Brandon. In the backfield, they hand off, and the Blue Jays are there in mass to stop that for a big loss. Back behind the 45-yard line. They'll mark it at the 46 for a loss of 3. No running room.
No, but the Blue Jays are going to have to be careful and not over-pursue on that. So Washburn Rural, we talked about, they'll run the spread. They'll run the zone read. They'll run the outside veer. They'll run some quarterback counter and some ISO. Pretty standard what you'll see out of a zone offense, some inside and outside zone.
2nd down 13, left side hash from the far side. Back to throw, 3-step drop. Quarterback pushed out of the pocket by pressure. Still breaks free. Runs to the near side across the 47, across the 50. Drops the ball. Fell on it himself, though. He does get it back at the Blue Jay 45. He just simply dropped the football.
Well, we got lucky there because another Blue Jay player was also diving for the fumble, and they did not call it. He hit the quarterback, so that was a good call by the officials, but it could have been maybe what could have been considered a late hit. Brandon Deweese is a good quarterback. He's 6'1", 165. He's a sophomore. He's a key to their offense, but he's a good dual-threat quarterback. He's got a very strong arm. Dewey, in their passing game, they're also going to run your typical underneath routes under their verticals, your curls, your outs, your hitches, your comeback routes, and they will throw the ball some vertically, but when they do, they like to throw the seam routes.
Here we go, 3rd down, 12 for Washburn Rural. The Blue Jay fans stomping their feet on these brand new aluminum bleachers. You can hear it, back to throw. Quarterback in the deep pocket, flushed out to the left, running, throws toward the far side of the field, and it's knocked incomplete, just about intercepted.
Well, it was the quarterback. It went off his hands, and a nice play right there, looking to see if that was Terrence Tedder, I think, in there at corner. So the Blue Jays tonight, one thing that's nice I want to mention, we have Michael Boganowski back. He's playing safety tonight. We are without Chaz Ruffin, though. It does look like tonight. But last week, the Blue Jays secondary played pretty dang well, and you watched them learn throughout the game, Dewey. They're the most experienced unit on this defense, but they learned throughout the game and did a great job. And Don Quay Williams did a really nice job playing corner last week, and so did Terrence Tedder.
T.J. Jones drops back to receive the punt, standing back at the Blue Jays 7-yard line. Washburn will kick it from about their 45-yard line on the near right hash. That's the Blue Jays side of the field.
Good punt.
High snap, kicks away. Not a lot of distance, but very high. Junction City won't get a chance to return. They'll have to let it bounce. It goes downfield toward the Blue Jay end zone and dies at the 11-yard line. We'll take a 30-second break, and we'll be back right after this.
At Glaven Ford and Place Center, you'll find they stay true and honest with very competitive prices. And now you can get a brand new 2021 F-150 at 0% interest for 72 months with approved credit. Yes, that's 0% APR for 72 months on a new F-150. Glaven Ford is the home of engines and oil changes for life on new and pre-owned vehicles. If you're buying anywhere else, you're not saving with Glaven. Glaven Ford, home of engines and oil changes for life. Do some saving online at glavenfordofcc.com.
First down rush. David Roell's got a first down across the 25, out just about to the 26-yard line. That's a nice pickup on first down, a quarterback keeper, Brian.
So watching Pittsburgh play them on film, their quarterback had a great day running the football. They ran a lot of options, some speed option. They even ran some triple option out of the eye. It would not surprise me to see Coach Randall Zimmerman go back to some of his old stuff tonight because triple option worked very well. Pittsburgh's quarterback ran the ball very well last week against Washburn.
Junction City snapping in the backfield. Roell not getting much much this time, maybe a yard. He tried to take a couple steps back and wait for a hole to open. That just didn't happen.
Yeah, just a little bit. It looked like maybe either the quarterback ISO or maybe they were just trying to run quarterback power there. But that was the ISO that they scored on last week, Dewey. That was a big play for the Blue Jays to go ahead in that ball game, and that's something they've had a lot of success with this year. And Rowell reads that well, and Xavion Felton does a really nice job blocking that from the fullback position.
So Junction City sets their offense, 2nd down 9, just beyond their own 25-yard line. Snap in the backfield. Rowell pitches back, kind of bobbled a little bit. Xavion pulls it in and finds his way upfield for a yard to the 27. That pitch wasn't quite, they weren't in sync there.
No, and we've seen that. And we're running the option with Xavion instead of with TJ Jones. And so it's a little different thing for the Blue Jays. We've run it some with Xavion, the fullback, but we'll see right there the Blue Jays. We've seen that a little bit. David's pitches, if there's something I would be a little critical of, because David's done a great job, but sometimes his pitches, he rushes that pitch a little bit sometimes and doesn't make the best pitch.
Junction City has 3 receivers on the right side, far side. Demarion Sellers near the Blue Jays sideline comes left. They snap back to Xavion. Throws it down the field high, and it's incomplete at the 50. Playing a little game there in the backfield.
Yeah, I'm not sure who he was throwing that to either. There were 3 Blue Jay receivers. One was on the sideline, one was on the seam, and one was a little deeper on the seam, and that kind of didn't go to any of the 3 of them. So not sure what David was seeing there. Maybe if somebody had miscommunicated a little bit. Now the Blue Jays, again, going to have to punt. The Blue Jay defense is going to do a nice job. Last year during the regular season, Dewey, when these 2 teams played, it was 34-30. Then the Blue Jays met them again late in the playoffs and beat them 70-25.
Junction City gets the snap up, and the punt's away.
Great punt.
Kind of a line drive punt, bouncing at the 42 of Washburn Rural, taking a Blue Jay roll back inside the 35 to the 33, where it is down by Junction City. We'll break here for 30 seconds, 6:42 to go, first quarter, no score. We'll be back right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Field from Cardinal Insurance. Cardinal Insurance is a trusted choice independent insurance agency who writes insurance through several different insurance companies. We work hard to find the right company for you. And as a proud Junction City High School alumni and former Blue Jay athlete, I know how hard our Blue Jays work to proudly represent Junction City High School and our community. That's why we sponsor the Cardinal Insurance Player of the Game. Listen to the Postgame show to hear the Cardinal Insurance Player of the Game. Cardinal Insurance, working hard to serve you first.
The Blue Jays on 107.9 FM and 1420 KJCK.
Washburn Rural on first down, running the football across the 35. A really good second effort by McKentis Adams, a 5'10", 185-pound junior. Looks like he's going to get about 4. It'll be actually 5. It'll be second down 5.
Yeah, they'll have 3 different players run the football, Dewey, and right there, that wasn't just a second effort. That was a 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th effort. So the Blue Jays not tackling very well right there, and his nice low center of gravity got him several yards. They have some different guys that'll carry the football, Dewey. We'll talk about in a minute. J.C. Heim is also another one.
Back to throw. Quarterback rolls left. Blue Jays trying to pressure him. They got a pass up the field, complete across the 40 to 42. It is shy of a first down on the reception. Amir Sabarini, 5'11", 170-pound junior. They lift 6 wide receivers on their depth chart.
So what they do, Dewey, is they run a lot of curls and hitches between the safeties and the linebackers, and that's how they like to get their yardage. And right there, you saw that. The Blue Jays did a good job keeping the play in front of them, but Washburn Rural's okay getting those 7-yard passes.
Third down 1. We got somebody jumping on the line. I believe this will go against Washburn Rural and cost him 5.
Yeah, one of the Blue Jays crossed, but I think you're right. It's going to be movement on them. They had a lot of motion penalties last week against Pittsburgh, Dewey, especially in the first half of that football game.
Illegal procedure on Washburn Rural is our first penalty, and that makes it 3rd down and 6 coming up for the Junior Blues. They put the football back just shy of the 37-yard line of Washburn Rural. No score in the ball game. 5:34 to play here in the first quarter. Junction City, 3 down linemen. Snap back in the backfield to Deweese. Looks over the top. Pass almost intercepted, but a penalty flag comes in from behind.
Well, I'm hoping that's not interference, but Michael Boganowski just about had an opportunity to intercept that. I wonder if they're going to call that on the Blue Jay defense because they bumped him off his route, but if they do... Yeah. That's what they're going to call is pass interference on Junction City. For as much contact as we have seen in every game this season, and they have allowed a lot of contact in the secondary, I am shocked they called that because that was Michael Boganowski jumping the route. So he did not hit that receiver until he was going after the football, and he has a right to go after that football. That's a little bit of a questionable call right there, I think.
15-yard penalty is what that is. Washburn Rural gets a first down at the Blue Jay 49-yard line. 1st and 10. Junior Blues set their offense. Branton Dewey at quarterback. Sets up in the shotgun look. 5 yards off the line of scrimmage. Long count, turns, keeps the ball himself, rolls to the right, play action, throws it up the field, complete near the 39-yard line to Adrian Tibbetts, wide receiver who lined up on the near side.
Yeah, and Don Quay Williams made a great tackle again. You know what I love about Don Quay? He's always in a mismatch. Don Quay's 5'6", I think, but he's always got a 6'2", 6'3" receiver in front of him. When they catch the ball, he's always so sure tackling. He's doing a really nice job starting at corner for the Blue Jays this season.
2nd down, almost 3 for a Washburn Rural 1st and 10. Back to throw, play action fake, pass over the middle, tipped but caught, and it will be a first down at the Blue Jay 36-yard line, and the pass that time off the deflection caught by Amir Sabarini, his second early reception.
I gave Don Quay 2 inches. Don Quay is 5'4", 143, and he's done such a nice job playing corner. So right there you see again, that's what that Washburn's doing. They're hitting those short routes between the linebackers and the safeties. They like the seams. They like between the seams. Every now and then they'll hit something out in the flat. They might run a bubble or two.
1st and 10, Junior Blues. Back to throw, 3-step drop. DeWeese goes left in, pass complete up near the 30. Now, forward progress will be a little bit behind there. They're going to go 32-yard line. So they gain about, 5 on 1st down.
Blue Jays are giving them a pretty good cushion. We saw this last week, and they would shrink those cushions up at times. And right now they're giving them a lot of cushion, and Washburn Rural's just fine taking those little hitches, getting 4 and 5 yards at a time.
2nd down coming up. DeWeese from his own 36, from Junction City 36, hands off, running play up the gut, penalty flag behind the play. That could mean holding. They get a rush on the play down to about the 28 of Junction City, and it is holding on Washburn Rural. That'll be a 10-yard penalty. Looking down in the crowd tonight, some familiar faces. Former Blue Jay coach Ron Hill and his wife are here watching the ball game. Buck Gibson with them. Very close friends from their coaching days at Junction City High School. And see a lot of community people out here tonight, Brian.
There's a lot of alumni here, too. I saw Marty McAllister a little bit ago. Different people that played for this Blue Jay program. Vaughn de Guzman. I think I saw Jay Lindsley a little while ago. There are several people here, and it's neat to see some people out here. Of course, you got Gary Burgess, Emergency Preparedness Director for Gary County. Just a lot of people out here. That's nice to see a crowd, because Dewey, last year with COVID, we were limited. So it's nice to see a big crowd. First home game this year, the first time that we have had unlimited seating at a Blue Jay event since 2019.
You're right. We didn't have hardly anybody here last year.
No, we didn't have anybody hardly at the games last year, and that was because of COVID. And so it's great to see a big crowd. First game in this brand new stadium. One of the board members, David Walker, just walked in, and so David, of course, has been heavily involved in all of this. What's that? What do you think? Yeah, it's great. It's great, David. It's a wonderful facility. And so I was on the board when we passed the bond, and then David, his board is the one that's built this high school, and they've done an outstanding job. And I know that David Walker was very involved in walking through the school, and he was on the committee that was kind of overseeing the building of the school. And so I know he's excited for this tonight. A lot of great work, David. You guys did a great job.
David, a former player way back when for Junction City High School, college athlete at Kansas State University. 2nd down after the penalty, the football at the Blue Jay 43. Pass left side, complete. Amir's got another one, and he's going to gain about 10 forward progress at the 36-yard line. Junction City reacting quickly, but Washburn's got a great short passing game.
They do. And the Blue Jays, though, I think at times will be willing to give up the 4 or 5 yards. Like I said, the corners are giving them a big cushion to make sure that nothing gets behind them. You know, at some point we'll see them shrink that up. You can't give them too much, because you give them 4 or 5 yards every play, they're going to march down the field and score.
3rd down coming up for the Junior Blues, 3rd and 10. From the left hash, on the far side, out of the shotgun look. Back to throw. Washburn trying to get it. They toss it down the left sideline. Pass is caught. Was he inbounds? And I think that's going to be the case.
Yep, they called the catch.
Inside the 20, and they're going to mark it at the 15. Just kind of a tiptoe catch over on the far side.
Well, he ran a go route, and then he cut it short, and he stopped and turned, so it was more of a comeback route. It was a deep comeback route. He went about 12, 15 yards downfield and then came back, and so towards the quarterback. So it's a comeback versus a hitch. A hitch is more of an inside turn, or a curl's more of an inside turn, where he went to an outside, which is more of a comeback route, and so he moved out towards the sideline. And just too much cushion by these Blue Jay corners right now. They're not going to be able to give him that much corner throughout this football game.
Injured Blue Jay down on the field back at the 39-yard line. Coach Zimmerman and trainers are out tending to him, laying on his back. I do want to tell you that Central National Bank, Valora Automotive, and Homefront Real Estate Group all sponsor Junction City Blue Jay football. And Brian, we're right back here next Friday night.
We are. And one more thing I want to mention, David Walker's working on a project for some seating where there's going to be like an area where they're going to memorialize and honor different coaches and different things. It's going to be right back behind.
That'll be outside the stadium. All right, it's an injured player getting up, coming off for Junction City. We'll pick him up here. It's Rudy Vargas heading toward the Blue Jay side of the field. So Junction City must reset the defense.
Yeah, Rudy, we need him, so I'm glad to see him get up. But we'll talk more about that in a minute. He's going to work in conjunction with the new Alumni Association that will be started here pretty soon. We've been working on for quite a while, and we'll have some neat things added to the stadium, and that's one of the things David Walker's been working on.
1st and 10, Washburn Rural at the Blue Jay 15-yard line. They're running it off left side. They'll gain about 3 off the rush by Kason Williams, a 6-foot, 175-pound junior. Good pursuit on the rush for Junction City. It's the passing game that's done the damage.
Yeah, and it's just that cushion, like I said, and seeing some different kids getting some time back there for the Blue Jays. Like I mentioned, we do not have Chaz Ruffin tonight. Do not see him out there, and trying to see who that is starting at safety for the Blue Jays.
2nd down coming up, back to throw. Quarterback rolls out to the near side to keep it himself on the run. Penalty flag's down. He hit it to 10-5 and pushed out of bounds shy of the end zone at the 2, but this may come back.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was holding. You saw it right there just outside the tackle box, just beyond the hash mark there at about the probably about the 14, 12-yard line.
And we'll get a timeout on the field while the officials sort this out. No score in the ball game. 2:51 to go here in the first quarter. Jerry Breckeisen is back in our studios tonight.
Chop block.
Running the controls.
So it's an illegal block on Washburn Rural, a chop block below the knees. And that happens a lot when you get outside the tackles and you see one of those linemen go after one of the outside linebackers' legs. A lot of times it's a linebacker that they're going to block, or you'll see a running back sometimes do that as they're going to get that linebacker, and that's exactly what happened right there.
Jackson Snyder doing the live stream for us here at the stadium tonight. We appreciate your following Blue Jay football. Junction City looking for their 3rd win in 4 tries tonight. Washburn Rural came in undefeated, 3-0, coming off a good win over Pittsburgh last week.
Yeah, they've beat Topeka West, Topeka High, and Pittsburgh. That's their 3 wins, Dewey.
All right, 2nd down will be replayed. Football taken back to about the 26-yard line. Brandon Deweese wants to throw, looking left, all the way. Throws it down the sideline. The ball tipped. Just about intercepted. Dropped at the 3. Really a good defensive play, though.
It was, but I'll tell you, it makes me nervous. That is one of those plays, again, we've talked about this, and he's done a nice job stepping in. I believe that was Tedder on the coverage that time. He's done a nice job stepping in and being able to knock that down, but he cannot. I mean, he's got to be careful because it happened a couple times last week. You know, that he's going to win that a lot of times because of the way he can jump as a basketball player and going up for a jump ball, but boy, you got to be careful and not let that player get behind you.
3rd down, they must go to the 5 for a 1st and goal. Junior Blues take a 3-step drop with Deweese. Up in the pocket, now placed out left. Underhand pass, shuttle pass, knocked down. Incomplete. Good defense reaction by Junction City.
Defense holding strong. They did it all last week. Now let's see if the Junction City offense can get some points on the board. A nice drive is what the Blue Jays need here, and it sure would be good as well. So the defense is staying on the field. It's just 4th down here. I'm sorry.
All right, Washburn Rural is going to try a field goal.
He's got a great leg, Dewey.
Giles Frederick from the 34-yard line, a 44-yard attempt coming up.
He's got a great leg, and we saw it last year. He's one of the better kickers in the Centennial League.
Robbie Bolin, the holder. The kick is on the way. It's pretty close, folks.
It's good.
And it is perfect. 3-0 Washburn Rural, 2:33 to go in the first quarter. A 44-yard field goal. That was impressive.
He's got a great leg, and we saw it last year. He's a really good kicker, and that's a staple for Washburn Rural, and that's what they'll do. And no, the wind did not affect that, and so he's got a good, strong leg, and that would have been good maybe from another 5 yards out.
So the Blue Jays get set to receive the kickoff. Haven't had the football much. They put the defense on the field really most of the first quarter.
Well, and that's the thing, and that's what we've been doing every game. I will mention this. If they're looking to wear them down like they did, Topeka Seaman last week, Seaman had a lot of players going both ways. Steve Bueller, just like Randall Zimmerman, 2 platoons. He 2 platoons as many players as he can. He might have 1 or 2 guys that might play a little bit both ways. He 2 platoons also. They've got a good enrollment at Washburn Rural, so they've got a lot of kids on their team. You can see that as they're all lined up over there on their sideline. He 2 platoons too, and so he's got a defensive unit and an offensive unit with maybe a couple kids to cross over, and so the Blue Jays are not going to be able to look at wearing them down like they did against Seaman last week.
All right, they'll get set to kick off from the 40-yard line. Giles Fredrickson will boot it. T.J. Jones, Randall Banks back deep for Junction City at the Blue Jay 5-yard line. A lot of noise with that video board in the background. There's the kick going deep, headed down toward the end zone. And TJ lets it go over his head and bounce out the backside. So Junction City, for a second time, will start at their 20-yard line. Last time, Brian, the running game just didn't get going.
No, and, our passing game, it's been a little interesting. We threw the ball so well in the first week against Topeka High and a little bit against Manhattan, but, man, last week we just could not get our passing game going. The Blue Jays are going to have to start to throw the football at some point tonight because I don't think they're going to be able to win this football game just running the ball like they did last week.
So Junction City sets up. They're in the shotgun look. Twins left. Now TJ goes in motion. They play action to him. That's the throw. And David Roel tried to pass, and the ball was knocked down. I think he was going to pull it back. If it's incomplete pass, it'll be second down.
Well, he was looking for Randall Banks over here in the flat on the near side of the field, and the Blue Jays moving from east to west, and so it was closest to us on the near side here. He was looking for Randall Banks in the flat, and there was a lot of pressure. Washburn Rural got pressure, and there were 3 guys in his face as he was trying to throw the football.
Second down 10, Junction City. Steve Bueller, the head coach for Washburn Rural. He's been there a few years and knows the Blue Jays well. I'll elaborate in a moment. Back to throw on second down. The Blue Jays look to pass once. They punt. Now they throw it deep down the sideline, but incomplete up around midfield. Junction City trying to get it down there, but Demarin Sellers just couldn't catch up to it. I mentioned Steve Bueller. He is the brother-in-law of Junction City High School Athletic Director Matt Westerhouse. Knows Randall well. A lot of family ties, and they do well against Junction City.
Yeah, the games against Washburn Rural are always pretty close, with the exception of that playoff game last year was 70-25. How the Blue Jays won that football game was right there what we just did. Deep passes. Last year they were able to get past that secondary of Washburn a lot and connect on a lot of deep passes, but we just don't have that ability this year like we did last year consistently.
Second down, Roel wanting to throw, rolling out to the right. Going to have to tuck it and run, and couldn't go anywhere, so it goes out of bounds on the far side. It will be fourth down for Junction City.
That was very well covered by Washburn Rural that time, their secondary. Their secondary's experienced. They've got some returning guys that were in their secondary last year, and they've got a bad taste in their mouth after losing 70-25 to the Blue Jays in the playoffs. They've got 2 returning starters in Robbie Bolin. We've heard that name several times. He's a junior, 6'2", 190, and also Landon McEwen, who also plays receiver for them. He's a senior safety.
Here's Junction City. They're going to have to run it. The snap was low, but they're running it around the end. And Junction City's got TJ Downs out across the 30, and I'm not sure that was a bad snap if they intended to do it.
That was a fake. I think that was a fake all the way. I think that they tried to catch Washburn napping. That was big. Coach Zimmerman gambling right there, big time, and he must have. We've talked about this, and that was the case last week. Coach Zimmerman has the ability to just read and feel the ball game, and right there, I don't think that was a bad snap, Dewey. I think you're right. I think that was a fake all the way.
All right, here we go. 1st and 10, 32-yard line. Junction City off the trick play. They snap it back to the quarterback. They're running up the middle, out across the 35 to the 37-yard line. David Roel, the ball carrier, the starting quarterback, the senior. He's a good ball handler. He's played receiver and running back at times during his high school career.
Yeah, and he's also a good quarterback. He's a good field general. He's learning. He's a quiet leader, Dewey. He's not a guy that's going to yell and scream and shout. He's a very quiet leader. But I want to mention, Blue Jays hitting that C gap a lot because Pittsburgh had some success with that last week.
Here's the go. Same play again. Roel across the 40, diving toward the 43. It looks like he's just a little short. We'll see where they get the spot, and it's going to put it at the 42, so he'll be just a little bit short. We're talking inches.
If that.
All right, 3rd down for Junction City. I like their chances. Minute 26 to go, first quarter. And they're going to give them the first down.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought they looked like they got it. So they were a little bit beyond.
Ball just beyond the 42. Junction City sets their offense. Twins right, 2 receivers on the far side.
Blue Jays need to take their time here and realize, still the first quarter, relax. A minute 19 left in the first quarter. Just take your time.
T.J. Jones, slot right. They snap back to Roel. He's got a rush up the middle to the 45. We've seen basically the same play 3 in a row.
Oh, and they're going to do that. We know this. Coach Zimmerman is not afraid to run the same play and set something up. You know he's setting something up. We haven't gone outside much. There's going to be a time here where we're going to try and set T.J. Jones loose. T.J. Jones is the leading rusher. It was Roel until last week. Now T.J. Jones is the leading rusher for this football team. We'll go over some of these stats here in a minute, but T.J. Jones has 37 carries for 250 yards on the season and a touchdown, Dewey.
2nd down, 7 coming up for Junction City. They like TJ in that slot right. They snap back to Roel, reverse coming around the near side to TJ, looking for a block and had to go out of bounds. Got a little bit of yardage, about 2 yards. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, we like to run the boundary, so we'll go to the shorter side of the field. That's something Coach Zimmerman has always done. Roel is the 2nd leading rusher. He has the most carries, 40 carries for 213 yards on the season, and he has 4 touchdowns. But TJ Jones averaging 6.8 yards a carry on the season, Dewey.
All right, here we go. 3rd down, 5, Junction City. Blue Jays put a receiver wide left on the near side. Josiah Delva. They go in motion right side. TJ takes the ball and got ripped down to the shoulder pads, making the tackle. Robbie Bolin for the Washburn Rural defense. He was snapped back for about a 6-yard loss.
Yeah, that was a great play by Bolin. And we know Bolin can do that, and he read that perfectly. They snuffed that out. Now the Blue Jays are definitely going to have to punt. Well, it looks like it's
4th down, 11.
Well,
Washburn Rural's putting a deep man back, 2 of them, in fact. Bolin's on the near side, back at the 27. Of course, the Blue Jays ran the fake last time.
No, I think Blue Jays are going to punt. They've got some different. They've substituted some guys. They've got some different personnel on the field.
First quarter has come to an end. Washburn Rural 3, Junction City nothing. We'll be back right after this.
Offices function better with office supplies. The pen you're writing with? Office supply. The desk calendar your elbows on? Office supply. The file folders on your desk and the sticky notes on them? Office supplies. You get the idea. Now, where do you get supplies? Key Office Products in Salina and Junction City bring office supplies to you. Purchase online, then have Key Office deliver. Small and bulk orders, office furniture, and copiers. Shop local. Shop Key Office at keyofficeproducts.com.
For more than 40 years, Dell Motors has been your hometown dealer in Junction City. Right on the presidential corner of Grant and Washington, you'll find a staff of Junction City locals who want to make your buying experience as easy as possible. Whether it's helping you find a car that's more affordable or one with more size, or even if you just need more information to see if buying is right for you, Dell Motors is here. Dell Motors, Grant and Washington in Junction City, and always on at dellmotors.com.
Welcome back to Blue Jays Stadium. We get set to start the second quarter. Washburn Rural leading Junction City by a score of 3-0. Blue Jays have T.J. Jones dropping back to punt from his 28-yard line. Junction City going west to east, left to right. Snap to him. Pretty good one. Gets it away and angles to the near side and sails out of bounds. He's not getting good distance on 2 of his 3 punts in tonight's ball game, kind of coming off the side of his foot. And Washburn Rural will take over 1st and 10. They will have good field position as a result. So Junction City goes back on defense. It's a pretty good Washburn Rural football team that has come in here to Blue Jays Stadium. You know, I have to remind myself sometimes, Brian, not to say Al Simpler Stadium.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be interesting because it's different. I played at Al Simpler, started going to games at Al Simpler when I was 5-6 years old back in the mid-'70s, and went to games a fan and called games everything. It's a different feeling. But this already feels like home, Dewey. I really believe that.
All right, 1st and 10, Washburn Rural. One in motion to the far side. They're going to run the ball off the right side, try to go around the end. Now veering back up the middle, across the 45 to the 47. McKentis Adams, his 2nd carry in tonight's ball game.
Well, the Blue Jays got some penetration deep right there. You had Elijah Clark Boyd and Rudy Vargas forcing him back inside. So the Blue Jays are doing a nice job keeping them from getting outside, forcing them back inside, and then the linebackers are coming up to make the tackles. But a couple of missed opportunities a couple of different times where they've had some players deep, and they weren't able to make the tackle for a loss.
2nd down, 6 coming up for the Junior Blues. Run the same play up the middle. Adams carrying this time for a 1-yard gain. Ball's out. Ball's out. Junction City diving on it. Now their players say they've got it. The officials haven't told us yet. And it is Junction City Blue Jay football. Washburn Rural has the first turnover in tonight's ball game.
I'd like to see. It was a scrum, so we didn't see who made the contact. There were a few Blue Jays in there. I did see that they blitzed Keegan McConnell, and he caused the big fumble last week, but he wasn't near that play. He was already in the backfield. The Blue Jays have been gambling tonight, and they're blitzing a little bit, either at the quarterback or at the running back, making them make a decision on that zone read. That's what they did right there. The Blue Jay linebackers, one of them came up and made a great hit. The ball came loose, and now the Blue Jays finally have a shorter field than they've had all night. They're on the other side of the 50 there. In
1st and 10 on the Junior Blues 47-yard line. Junction City puts one in motion. TJ, they're going to try the sweep right. Jet sweep. Turns, cuts it upfield. Doesn't get much, maybe a yard. Good play for most of the games for Junction City, but not tonight.
Well, Washburn just reads that well, and this Washburn team is faster than both Manhattan and Seaman. It's pretty clear, and they're very aggressive and fast to the football, so you'll see some misdirection at some point because they do over-pursue. Tonight, their eyes are better. You could watch them last week against Pittsburgh. Their eyes weren't right. They were getting fooled on a lot of zone reads and option-type stuff. Tonight, they're doing a good job reading it.
2nd down, 10, Junction City. Back to throw. David Roel faked the handoff, rolled out to the far side. Being pursued, going to run it and tuck out of bounds on the Washburn Rural sideline. They mark it at the 45 for a gain of 2. 3rd down coming up, though, an 8 for Junction City.
Yeah, and the interesting thing right there is that you're seeing that secondary cover these Blue Jay receivers very well. Washburn Rural secondary playing very, very well tonight. They know that is not the Blue Jays' strength, and so they like to run a lot of cover 3, cover 4. They'll even run some cover 8, some cover 11 behind behind their 3-man front. But tonight they're doing a great job covering the Blue Jay receivers, and the passing lanes just aren't there.
All right, here we go. 3rd down, 8. And we get a penalty flag and a whistle.
Motion on the Blue Jays.
They snapped it to Xavier coming out of the backfield, rolling right.
He was going to throw that to. There were a couple of players getting ready to run a seam and a sideline route downfield, but now the Blue Jays are going to put themselves in a big hole right here.
All right, it'll be a 5-yard penalty back to the 50.
5-yard.
Junction City must reset.
That's their 2nd penalty tonight, and both of them costly. One was a big pass interference play, but they did keep Washburn out of the end zone on that one.
25 yards and penalties for Junction City. Now they're throwing downfield again on the near side. Incomplete. TJ turned around too late. Xavier had it up high, but the pass overthrown.
Yeah, no, it was out of bounds. It just wasn't. And Xavier threw a touchdown pass against Manhattan. He's capable, and David both. They can throw the ball. But now the Blue Jays, they're in a situation where they're going to have to punt. But the nice thing is they flipped the field right there again. And so hopefully after this punt, they'll have Washburn deeper in their own territory, and they won't put as much pressure on their defense.
Washburn Rural puts 2 men back deep to receive on the far side. Robbie Boland on the near side. They're at about the 20-yard line. There's the kick. It's away. Not bad this time. They're backing away from it for the Junior Blues. There won't be a return. And Junction City lets the ball roll just inside the Washburn Rural 25-yard line. We do want to tell you sponsors of Junction City Blue Jay football include Cardinal Insurance, that's Brian, and Jim Clark, Chevrolet Cadillac. You're a good sponsor.
Thank you, Dewey.
Keep the checks coming.
We do what we can to support these athletes, and that's really what it's about. So these games can be live streamed, to be on the radio, so people can listen to their grandkids play football, and especially when they're out of town. And so that's what we love about it. We love to be able to support it because it's important for people to be able to watch these kids play when they can't be here.
All right, first down, Junior Blues leading Junction City 3-0, 10:18 to go in the second quarter. Three-step drop, pass on the right side, caught for a gain up across the 30, and we'll see where they mark it. It looks like at about the 31-yard line, so a 6-yard gain that time. Washburn Rural moving the ball up the field with the quarterback.
Nicely played that time by Terrence Tedder. Again, the Blue Jay corner's doing a nice job. They're giving him about a 10-yard, 11-yard cushion, though. They're willing to give him those short outs and those flat plays, but sooner or later they're going to have to stop that.
Running play off right side did not go any place. No gain for Washburn Rural. They'll be looking at 3rd down and 4. The ball carrier that time, McKentis Adams.
McKentis Adams is a good one. We talked about him last year as a sophomore. He played. In fact, if I remember, I think McKentis carried the ball as a freshman for them on the varsity, too.
3rd down 4 coming up for the Junior Blues. Oh, the fans cheering on the Blue Jay defense, trailing 3-0. Big 3rd down for the defense right here. Back to throw, Deweese rolls right, avoids the rush, up over the middle, picked off. Interception at the 45, brought back to the 30. Junction City getting the pickoff from Michael Boganowski.
That could not have been read more perfectly, and that is why we have missed Mike. He had that interception against Manhattan. He's had a little bit of a hamstring injury that he's been nursing this season. Great baseball player, football player, basketball player. Right there, that's what Michael Boganowski does. He's been a nickel linebacker for the Blue Jays. He started as a freshman last year, but that's his vision, his size. He's very athletic. He stayed back as a free safety. That's what you do. You let that strong safety be there in coverage. Mike was right behind the coverage. He read it perfectly, and he jumped the route, and he intercepted that greatly. Nice play.
Ball at the 30-yard line of the Washburn Rural Junior Blues. Their hand up the middle to Xavier. Now Beers outside, cuts it upfield across the 30 to the 28, but there's a penalty flag on the far side at the line of scrimmage.
I'm afraid it's going to be motion.
Well, the defense has done very well tonight. The offense has sputtered.
Oh, it's an illegal shift or formation, it looks like. Blue Jays might have had too many players. Maybe one of their receivers was on the line and should not have been, it looks like. But it was an illegal formation, it looks like.
Illegal shift. They're going to call that on Junction City.
So one of two things happened there. Either they had two guys moving at the same time when there should have been a player in motion. Somebody might have been in the wrong spot. Or sometimes they'll call that when you see guys shift up to the line and maybe one of the slot receivers was up on the line and was covered and shouldn't have been. And so a lot of times that's what you see right there, and that's unfortunate. The Blue Jays making another penalty and another mistake.
Randall Banks in the backfield behind David Rowell. They turn, they give to Randall. Darting up the middle off right side. Beers back up the middle. Anchors out left. He got 3, 20, 15, 10. Inside the 10, inside the 5. Just shy of the end zone. What a fast run by Randall Banks.
There it was, and that's what we've seen Randall Banks do this year. He's so good at that. He's got good vision, and he is the alternate back, the alternate fullback to the power of Xavier. And so we put Randall Banks in. He read that perfectly. You knew the Blue Jays sooner or later were going to bounce one outside. He read it. He went up the middle, through the B gap, bounced it outside, and got great yardage.
Here we go. First and goal for the Blue Jays inside the 5-yard line. Running play, TJ banging off right tackle to the goal line, but touchdown. Official had to look down. He's hesitated for a minute.
How about that?
Gave the signal.
Double lead. You put a couple of big guys plus your linemen in there, and TJ got right behind him for the big score, and so that's a nice play right there by the Blue Jays, and there's a little momentum. That's what they needed, a big play by the defense to turn this thing around.
Junction City getting set to kick the extra point. Demarion Sellers will hold. Aiden Field in to kick. Snap bounces on the turf, and they get it away. It's up, and it's good. We'll break here for 30 seconds. Good kick. We'll be back right after this.
Real Estate Group is your local real estate expert. Our partners have over 60 years of experience combined to ensure a fresh perspective on the ever-changing market, and we are here to serve this amazing community. Whether you catch us at a Blue Jay game or the grocery store, don't hesitate to talk business because we love what we do. Stop by our office at 720 South Caroline Avenue in Junction City, or give us a call at 785-223-6030. Homefront Real Estate. We have the key to unlock your happy.
Junction City getting set to kick off. You can hear the video board in the background. Big Blue Jay right in the middle. Some very, very loud music as Junction City puts the kickoff team.
Aiden's always talked about how he's getting ready to kick off. He comes always at that music's too loud. It's too loud.
8:38 to go in the first half.
And the video board is cool. I love the graphics tonight and just some neat stuff. It bounces to the music, and so it moves. You can see that bass. It's like the Blue Jays bouncing to the bass of the music, so it's really, really cool, dude.
Blue Jay between a pair of headphones out there. Aiden will kick off from the right hash on the near side. Junction City has the lead for the first time tonight on top of Washburn Rural, 7-3. Field heads toward the 40-yard line. There's the kick. Angles toward the far side. Down inside the 25 to the 23. Junior Blues bring it back across the 30. A 7-yard return on the play that time for Washburn Rural. Boland brought it back.
Pittsburgh was kicking the ball to Washburn deep in the middle, and Washburn got a great return to about the Pittsburgh 40. So then their coach the rest of the game started doing exactly what Randall Zimmerman does, and that's kick the ball to the number, to the 20 or the 22, 23. Sometimes they'll kick it back to the 10 or to the 30. They move it around. They're kicking it to a guy or keeping it away from, more importantly, the deep guys. And so that's what they do right there. And so now the Blue Jays have flipped the field. They had a big play by Michael Boganowski in their defense, and then they were able to go down and score. So the Blue Jays, hopefully their defense can keep this momentum right now.
Here they go. 1st and 10, 31-yard line, the Junior Blues. Out of the shotgun set. They're going to run the running back up the middle. He has no place to go. He'll lose a yard on the play. And the ball carrier that time, McKentis Adams, about the 4th time he's carried the football tonight.
And he's a good back, Dewey. He's got good legs. And in that first game where the Blue Jays played Washburn Rural last year, McKentis Adams did a really nice job running the football. And we also saw last year, number 33, he carried the ball for them too, Austin Fager. We have not seen Austin carry the ball yet tonight.
2nd down, 11 coming up. One in motion to the far side, moving left to right. Dewey's back, flushed out of the pocket, rolls right now, turns it upfield and just takes a slide at about the 32. So gained a couple of yards, but way shy of the first down.
Yeah, no, he's about 11 yards shy or 9 yards shy. No, I think he just slid right there, not wanting to make a mistake. And you see him run the ball a little bit, Dewey, but not a lot. He's more of a passer, and they let Adams and some of those backs carry the football.
3rd down, 9 coming up for the Junior Blues. Gain 3 on the rush, back to throw. Dewey's again in the pocket. This time rolls left, dumps it in the flat, and the ball is dropped. It's loose. Washburn Rural gets on it at the 27. That would have been a fumble because it was kind of a reverse lateral. Junction City was pursuing, but Washburn got back to the football. So the Junior Blues will have to punt again to Junction City, and T.J. Jones will trot out on the field. A lot of folks are taking photos of the new stadium tonight, really enjoying some of that on Facebook. Seen a couple of them. I think Jason Butler had one of the best. So Junction City gets set to punt. It's on the way. Comes down to TJ at the 39.
He called fair catch.
He sure did. And Junction City, no penalty flags. We'll take a break here for 30 seconds and be back right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Field from Cardinal Insurance. Cardinal Insurance is a trusted choice independent insurance agency who writes insurance through several different insurance companies. We work hard to find the right company for you. And as a proud Junction City High School alumni and former Blue Jay athlete, I know how hard our Blue Jays work to proudly represent Junction City High School and our community. That's why we sponsor the Cardinal Insurance Player of the Game. Listen to the Postgame show to hear the Cardinal Insurance Player of the Game. Cardinal Insurance, working hard to serve you first.
You're listening to 107.9 FM, 1420 KJCK AM as Junction City gets set to go on 1st down from their 40-yard line on the near side. Xavion Felton in the backfield with David Rowell. Two-headed quarterback almost. They snap it to Rowell. He'll pitch it on the option, coming up to Xavion. Cuts upfield and gets a short gain, maybe half yard across the 40, Brian.
No, they're reading that well. And like I said, Pittsburgh had some success with the option. And Xavion, the more of the power runner instead of the quick runner. And Washburn Rural tonight I think you know what happened. Last week they did not defend the option well. They knew the Blue Jays could run the option, and so they practiced that all week long. And so the Blue Jays having to rely on some other things to get their yardage tonight, and that's okay. Yes, we do.
Junction City getting set with their offense. just across the 40-yard line. They snap it to David, hands off to Xavier, rushing up the gut and got smacked right at the 40. They don't get any yardage. It'll now be 3rd down 9. So the Blue Jays will regroup for 3rd down. We know we've had some audio problems on the live stream tonight. We are working to fix that, and we are on the radio.
No, I think that's operator error on the person that was telling us that, possibly the couple people, because Jackson's tested it a couple times, and there should be some audio.
Okay, so that's what has happened.
Operator error. I've done that in my life. A lot of operator error.
You can go to JC Post. You can go to 107.9 FM, 1420 KJCK AM to get tonight's ball game. 3rd down 9, Blue Jays. Rushing play, Randall Banks hit, and 3 straight plays. Junction City tested the line for Washburn Rural and went nowhere. He loses a yard. It'll be 4th down for the Blue Jays, Brian.
Yeah, and that's just well defended. Washburn Rural doing a really good job. Listen, Steve Bueller has played Coach Zimmerman so many times. Coach Zimmerman has won the majority of those ball games. In fact, I need to go back and check because I wrote it down. I'll find it in my notes here. But, Coach Zimmerman is winning that battle quite a bit. But Steve Bueller has seen Junction City enough. He knows exactly what they do, and he is a good football coach, Dewey. And tonight he has his team prepared.
4th down for Junction City, getting set to punt. 3rd time tonight. Penalty flag is down. Kick end over end, comes down, fielded by Washburn Rural, and a fair catch at the 35-yard line. The catch that time by Landon McEwen, but there's a penalty flag in the area near the punter.
Did they hit him? Oh, it's on Junction City.
It's on Junction City. I didn't see anything out of the ordinary, but the official immediately threw the flag.
Well, probably some kind of a block. They were getting close to that, and so one of the Blue Jays may have held, possibly.
Brian taking his headphones off. That's why you hear that squeal in the background. We're trying to pick up what the speakers are announcing in terms of the penalty.
I think he said delay a game, but he didn't show the delay a game. Maybe it was an illegal shift again. I think he called some kind of an illegal shift.
All right, football's going to be at the 35-yard line of the Junior Blues. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 Junior Blues from the 35-yard line.
2 receivers go wide right, 1 on the near side.
Dewey, does this not already feel like home? I mean, the lights are on. It really looks cool. This is a nice football stadium. It has a nice home feel to it.
Brandon Dewey's takes the snap, running play coming back to the near side, up across the 35 to the 38 on the ball carry, McKentis Adams.
Just shows you how slippery he is, because Elijah Clark Boyd is a great tackler, and he gets in there and makes initial contact and forces him back inside, but that running back is able to keep his legs moving, and he's slippery. He slips out of tackles quite a bit, Dewey. I'm really impressed with McKentis, and watching him last year, same thing. He's just a good running back.
Elijah Clark Boyd in at right defensive end for Junction City. Dewey's from the shotgun, 3-step drop, dumps it out in the right flat, pass complete to the tight end, goes up across the 40 to the 44, a little shy of the 1st down. Pass that time, caught by the big guy, Lucas Harris, 6'4", 245.
Yeah, Sean Dibliak came in. He's playing safety for the Blue Jays tonight in place of Chaz Ruffin, and he came in and made some good initial contact right there, and he's done a nice job playing safety tonight, but that tight end for Washburn Rural, he's a load, and he can catch the football and run with it after he catches it.
3rd down 1 coming up for the Junior Blues. Their 43-yard line. Blue Jays lead the game 7-3. 3:39 to go until halftime. Quarterback jumps back, now rushes up the gut and dives across the 45 to the 46, and they do get 3 on the play. They get a 1st and 10.
I've noticed that they're running away. A lot of times they're running away quite a bit from Keegan McConnell. I've noticed that several times tonight. They're looking where he's at, and they seem to be running the ball away from him. Looking to see if he's in there right now. I don't see Keegan McConnell, but Lucas Hanks, let's talk about that tight end for just a minute. 6'4", 245, Dewey. He's got good hands, and he can run with the ball for a big guy after he catches it.
1st and 10, Junior Blues from their 46-yard line. They try the running game again. Adams, strong legs, but only goes for about a yard. It'll be 2nd down 9.
Yeah, that time you saw several Blue Jays converge on that play and read it awfully well. Coming in to help make the tackle there, you had Diego Eisen, and it's good to see Diego in there because last week he didn't play much in the 4th quarter. He had a little bit of a knee injury, and this week in practice they were careful with it, and it's nice to see Diego get the start tonight. He's the Mike linebacker, and the Mike linebacker is usually the leading tackler on the team, and he's right behind Keegan McConnell. Well, he's not right behind, but he's a little ways behind Keegan McConnell, but he's behind line kicking call, but he's right there as he's the second leading tackler for the Blue Jays.
2 minutes, 40 seconds left in the first half. At the intermission, we'll hear from Mary A. Jackson, JCHS Principal and Superintendent, Dr. Reginald Eggleston. Dewey's under heavy pressure, avoids it rolling right, but being chased. Tries to go up the sideline, and he doesn't get very far. In fact, they'll lose a little bit of yardage. Good pursuit by the defense.
Yeah, Quavion Gilmore, he's the will linebacker. He did a nice job getting in there. In fact, for the Blue Jays, you've got Keegan McConnell with 35 tackles. You've got Quavion Gilmore now at 19 and Diego Ison at 15. So 3 of your linebackers are leading tacklers for the Blue Jays.
Third down 10 coming up for the Junior Blues after the rush. Deweese wants to throw again, rolls to the near side, lofts it deep over the top, and incomplete. Overthrew the intended receiver that time.
Yeah.
About the 15. The receiver that time on the play was Adrian Tibbetts.
Well, that was blown coverage right there by the Blue Jays. I think they're going to stop and discuss this. One of the safeties did not go with him because Donquay Williams, the corner, had to stay back. One of the safeties was not there, so the Blue Jays will talk about it. I'm not sure if they were trying to run a cover 2 right there, but he was wide open, and that was just a ball was overthrown, or that would have been a score for Washburn Rural.
4th and 10, Junior Blues. They'll punt to Junction City. TJ standing back at the Blue Jay 21-yard line. There's the snap. It's high. Good hang time. It's going to come up. TJ tried to catch it, dropped it, got it back on it at the 29. You don't want to see a player do that, frankly.
Well, no, but the reason he did that there, so what's interesting about that is a lot of times when you see those high kicks, they're nice spiral kicks that you can trap between your hands and your shoulder pads. I mean, I can remember just working on that because as a punt returner, that's what you want to do. When they're spinning like that, and it's unusual to see that high of a kick when the ball is spinning like a kickoff, which is unusual, and that's what happened right there. And TJ came up to get it, and it just spun right out of his hands, and so that could have been disaster for the Blue Jays, but TJ was able to jump on it.
1st and 10, Junction City at their 29-yard line. 2 minutes, 15 seconds left in the first half. Blue Jays up 7-3. They snap it in the backfield. David tried to go up the field and got smacked right up in the upper chest area. His back knocked down at the 20. They lose maybe just a little bit. I tell you, Washburn Rural has hit about as hard as anybody.
They're very physical. They're as physical as Seaman, or even more physical. Coach Zimmerman talked about how physical they are. That was Connor Conklin, the linebacker we mentioned at the beginning of the game, 6'1", 195. He's a senior. He's one of their leaders on defense. He's a very good linebacker, and he is not afraid to get in there and put a lick on somebody. But David Roel, give him credit because he's taking some shots tonight. He's a tough kid, too, and he's doing a good job still continuing to run the football.
T.J. Jones, Tyree Holloway, Demarion Sellers go wide left for the Blue Jays. 2nd down 10, rushing up the middle. David's going to get 5 of it out across the 35. That was a good play. They got the defense kind of spread out that time.
Well, that was well blocked by the left side of the line. Judah Peterson right there and TJ Osa. And I was looking to see if they pulled the lineman too. It was hard to tell, but Blue Jay left side of that line did a good job. They led Xavion through the hole, and that's that ISO that the Blue Jays can run, and they run it well, and they got several yards.
All right, 3rd and 5 coming up for the Blue Jays. Clock stop, minute and a half to go. First half, Junction City has taken a timeout after that last play. Coach Zimmerman's got some to use. He's got 3, 2 more. We'll see if he milks that and comes down the side of the field. This is going to be a tough game tonight all the way, Brian.
I think so, too. And, you know, it's kind of one of those deals. And this isn't going to be like the game against Seaman last week. They two-platoon, too. And that's why a lot of times you see these games come down to the wire. The Blue Jays won during the regular season last year, 34-30. But when you think about what happened in the second game, the Blue Jays just started airing it out. Andrew had a great night throwing the football. The receivers for the Blue Jays had an outstanding night. Several of them caught passes, and Russell Wilkie was one. But, you know, I want to mention, too, because we talk about TJ. TJ's leading in all-purpose yards, and he's playing the same position, the A-back position, which will line up as a slot, too. That's the position that Russell played. That's kind of the feature back in the Blue Jay offense. And then you've got your bread-and-butter guy, your fullback, which last year was DJ, and this year it's Xavion. But
3rd down 5, Blue Jays rushing. They go left. David wanted to throw, can't find anyone. He'll tuck it and run, and spins forward to the 36 for a gain of 1, but it's still 4th and 4.
Well, and the bubble was just about open right there. I'm not exactly sure what they were doing. Somebody call a timeout. Looks like Washburn Rural, maybe. Yeah, they're
1 minute, 21 seconds left in the first half.
They're going to stop the clock, so the Blue Jays couldn't run the clock down before the punt. So Steve did a nice job right there, coach for Washburn Rural. stopping the clock so the Blue Jays weren't able to go down there and run that play clock down, take another 25 seconds off the clock. So he'll call timeout, talk to his return team. The Blue Jays will have to come in and punt. But TJ plays that feature back position for the Blue Jays. DJ Giddens, of course, was the fullback and the kind of the blue-collar guy. That's what Xavion is. But already you see TJ Jones picking up where Russell Wilkie left off, leading the team in total yardage, in receiving yards and rushing yards.
1 minute, 21 seconds to go in the first half. By the way, the ribbon cutting for this brand new school, Saturday, October 9th at JCHS, open to the public. Fourth down for Junction City, getting ready to punt again. TJ's got it, gets the kick away, end over end, going fairly deep. Fair catch called, and Washburn Rural takes the fair catch with Robbie Boland back at their 34-yard line, and we'll keep it here. Mary A. Jackson, Junction City High School principal, talked with us this week. We'll have her comments, and live on the air at halftime, Dr. Reginald Eggleston talking about this new school and the start of the school year at JCHS. That's all coming up at halftime of our broadcast here this evening.
I just want to mention, Dewey, I'm so glad they got rid of that halo violation type thing, because when you're running downfield as a punt defender and the receiver standing there waiting for the ball, you really don't know how close you are and where the ball is. And so I'm glad that they've stopped calling some of those plays.
Here we go, 1st and 10, Junior Blues. One in motion to the near side. Back to throw. Dewey dumps it out left flat. Pass caught at the 32. Spin move and a run across the 35 to about the, looks like 39, almost the 40. It will be the 40-yard line. On the reception that time for the Junior Blues, Amir Sabertini, his third catch tonight, and Washburn Rural going in a hurry. They're running the clock. 55 seconds left in the second quarter. Dewey's trying to avoid a sack, and he goes down back at the 33. Good pursuit by the Blue Jays.
Rudy Vargas and Elijah Clark Boyd got in there, and that was very well defended. Blue Jays blitzed right there. They let their outside line, or their defensive ends go. They also had one of their linebackers going too. And on that last play also, I want to mention Jalen Holloway, the play before, did a nice job getting in on the play too. So the Blue Jay linebackers playing very, very well tonight.
3rd down 10 coming up for the Junior Blues. Big play for the defense, especially the secondary right here. Washburn Rural has shown a pretty good short passing game in the first half here tonight.
Well, Blue Jays are giving them a cushion on with those corners.
Michael Boganowski shades over toward the center of the field at safety. Going to run the ball. They're going to get the first down out across the 45 to the 46 on the ball carry. McCandless Adams, that kind of crossed up the Blue Jays.
Well, it was a little bit of a draw right there, and that's what you can do. You know, if you think a team's going to blitz, what do they always say? Run screens and draws. That was a very well-called draw play at a very good time to get the first down. Now the clock, only 6 seconds left, so I think they were...
Have a timeout.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they were maybe just thinking, okay, let's not take a chance of throwing an interception here. So do we just run it up the middle? It was well timed. The thing is, I think they wanted to get a few more yards, maybe get into field goal range for their kicker, and they didn't. So now they got themselves closer, so they've got a shot downfield. Maybe.
I think if that was me, 6 seconds left in the half. Why not heave it for the end zone?
Yeah, but that old thing, the old saying, that used to work sometimes. But I'll tell you, if you've got a team that can intercept the football and take it back, a lot of times you're putting yourself in a situation where if you make a mistake and the other team scores a touchdown, let's just say that they throw the ball 25 yards downfield or 20 yards downfield, the Blue Jays intercept the 30, they get some good blocking, they could run it back. And so a lot of times you just see teams get conservative and maybe try and down it. They may take a shot here, though. Steve Bueller can gamble some.
All right, we'll see what they do here. It is officially first down from the 46 of Washburn Rural.
6 seconds left in the half.
Officials still trying to get everything set down on the field and get into position. They have not blown the whistle to start the play. Teams are ready. Now we're set to go. Deweese from the 41 will take the snap. Drops it almost, keeps control, throws it left flat on the near side of that tight end, and he's going to be dribbled out of bounds at the 47. 3 seconds left in the first half.
So that's what they do. They went with an out right there. Very well defended by Jalen Holloway for the Blue Jays at nickel linebacker. He was playing nickel. Now Jalen is playing corner, it looks like. So I'm trying to see who they've moved into. Blue Jays are going with, okay, that's what they're doing. Blue Jays are going with a prevent here. So they've got all 4 of their secondary players deep, and they've got their outside linebackers playing the corner or the outside receivers. Now they're going to shift that up. Looks like the Blue Jays are going blitz right here with Jalen Holloway.
All right, Dewey's back to throw. Deep drop. Now tucks it and run up the middle. Comes down the left side. Penalty flag, and he'll go out of bounds at the Blue Jay 45.
That'll be the half.
Penalty in the area of the offensive line on the Washburn Rural side of the field.
Should be holding. You could see it here on the left side. Coach Zimmerman will decline that, and then you'll see him go into the locker rooms.
Halftime is here. The Blue Jays decline a holding penalty after 2 quarters. It's tough. It's a defensive struggle tonight. Junction City 7, the Washburn Rural Junior Blues 3. We'll break. Be back right after this.
If you're in need of a high-quality, like-new car, there's only one place in town to go. Rex's Auto Sales has you covered. Their sales team is focused on helping you find the right vehicle for you and not just padding their sales totals. They'll even show you a free car history report to make sure you know every detail about your new ride. Give them a call at 785-238-4613 or stop by their lot at 16th and Washington today. Find your next ride at Rex's Auto Sales.
Homefront Real Estate Group is your local real estate expert. Our partners have over 60 years of experience combined to ensure a fresh perspective on the ever-changing market, and we are here to serve this amazing community. Whether you catch us at a Blue Jay game or the grocery store, don't hesitate to talk business because we love what we do. Stop by our office at 720 South Caroline Avenue in Junction City or give us a call at 785-223-6030. Homefront Real Estate. We have the key to unlock your happy.
The Blue Jays on 107.9 FM and 1420 KJCK.
Welcome back. We're at the Junction City Abstract and Title Halftime Show. The Blue Jays have the lead tonight over Washburn Rural by a score of 7-3. So it's been very close. Washburn Rural got a field goal early to take a 3-0 lead. That field goal kicked that time by Giles Fredrickson. Then the Blue Jays came back and scored on a 4-yard touchdown run by T.J. Jones, and it was set up by a very good run by Randall Banks, who took the ball inside the 5-yard line. Coming up, we'll bring you an interview with Junction City High School principal Mary A. Jackson. We're at halftime on the Junction City Abstract and Title Halftime Show. We'll be back right after this.
Junction City Abstract and Title Company is your local title insurance and real estate closing agency. Junction City Abstract and Title has been serving Junction City for over 60 years, handling both closing and settlement all under one roof at 807 North Washington Street in Junction City. Junction City Abstract and Title is proud to sponsor Blue Jay Athletics and the athletes as they have worked hard to stay safe during an unprecedented year. Have a great year both on and off the field. Go Blue Jays from Junction City Abstract and Title.
Find new roads at Jim Clark Chevrolet Cadillac. Easy to find. I-70 Junction City under that huge American flag. Willie Thornburg looks a little thin for cars, trucks, and vans out there.
Well, Bob, the inventory is a little light on the new car side, but I got to tell you, we've had a steady flow of new trucks, SUVs, and crossovers arriving constantly. Bob, the majority of them are just spoken for before they ever hit the ground. But we have been delivering a lot of cars, and that means we've been trading for a lot of nice trade-ins. And, Bob, we've got an excellent selection of late-model trucks and SUVs. Bob, some of them are certified pre-owned. That means that well-qualified buyers can take advantage of interest rates as low as 1.9%. The certified pre-owned gives you a 6-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, a 12-month, 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty. Bob, you get free OnStar XM radio.
Jim Clark Chevrolet Cadillac, I-70 Junction City.
Here we go.
If you're looking to catch up or get ahead, think about second session classes at Cloud County Community College. Cloud County is now enrolling students in our fall 2021 second session classes. These 8-week courses begin October 11th and end December 9th and are offered online and face-to-face at our campuses in Junction City and Concordia and are perfect for students who want to pick up extra credits at an affordable rate. Contact our admissions team today to get enrolled in our second session classes. Stay close and go far with Cloud County.
Welcome back to our halftime report. We're visiting with Mary A. Jackson, the principal at Junction City High School. Everyone in school this year, no remote learning going on.
Last year, with everything closing down, with everything with COVID and all of the many restrictions and not being able to travel and do different things, we've opened up those opportunities. There are a lot of states that can't say that. There are a lot of districts and counties that can't say that. We normalizing things as much as possible. But with that, again, comes, it's a gradual release of that. Because, again, you have kids that haven't had that for a year and a half.
Describe your library. It looks pretty cool.
That library is awesome. It is. It's just an open area. There are no walls. Kids can come and go and select whatever books they need. We have that wonderful those learning stairs where they can plug up their devices and things. I tell you, Dewey, it's really phenomenal to walk the halls and to see children engaged in using some of those things. Even our little cafe that's out there by the media center, our culinary department, they're going to be actually providing food and serving from that area as a part of what they do in their pathway, the culinary pathway. So many opportunities are opening up. It's a really exciting time.
What will they serve?
Well, we had a cupcake tasting contest just last week that went over pretty well. And then just last night, part of a celebration, for Mike Gross, who retired last year, we brought him back. We recognized the original charter partners they had for the pathways and everything. They had some meatballs that were to die for. So pretty good meatballs. But they're going to do more finger type things that the kids can take with them quickly. And it's, again, the children using their culinary skills, and bringing that to the students and everything like that. They get pretty excited about it.
Other things you like about the building?
It just seems freeing. We have so much light. We have these very wide hallways and everything, and so many opportunities for kids to do some things that we couldn't do last year. I don't think I have a one thing, but I can tell you something that came pretty close. Last week, Mike Brown had his choral group out in one of the common areas, and they sound like little angels, their voices and everything, and they were just serenading us, rehearsing out there in one of the common areas. That's a pretty cool thing to see.
Enjoy the school year.
Thank you. You too.
Mary A. Jackson, our guest at halftime.
If you're looking to catch up or get ahead, think about second session classes at Cloud County Community College. Cloud County is now enrolling students in our fall 2021 second session classes. These 8-week courses begin October 11th and end December 9th, and are offered online and face-to-face at our campuses in Junction City and Concordia, and are perfect for students who want to pick up extra credits at an affordable rate. Contact our admissions team today to get enrolled in our second session classes. Stay close and go far with Cloud County.
Junction City Abstract and Title Company is your local title insurance and real estate closing agency. Junction City Abstract and Title has been serving Junction City for over 60 years, handling both closing and settlement all under one roof at 807 North Washington Street in Junction City. Junction City Abstract and Title is proud to sponsor Blue Jay Athletics and the athletes as they have worked hard to stay safe during an unprecedented year. Have a great year both on and off the field. Go Blue Jays from Junction City Abstract and Title.
Hi, this is Brian Field from Cardinal Insurance. Cardinal Insurance is a trusted choice independent insurance agency who writes insurance through several different insurance companies. We work hard to find the right company for you. And as a proud Junction City High School alumni and former Blue Jay athlete, I know how hard our Blue Jays work to proudly represent Junction City High School and our community. That's why we sponsor the Cardinal Insurance Player of the Game. Listen to the Postgame show to hear the Cardinal Insurance Player of the Game. Cardinal Insurance, working hard to serve you first.
If you're a hard worker who doesn't mind putting in a little elbow grease, Watco wants to talk with you. From entry-level laborers to experienced welders and painters, the Watco team in Junction City is hiring new team members for its repair terminal. Full benefits, competitive pay, and career advancement opportunities are just a few of the perks you'll enjoy as a valued team member. Apply today at watco.com/careers. That's WATCO.com/careers.
And welcome back to the Junction Abstract Title Halftime Show. I'm joined now by USD 475 Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Reginald Eggleston. Welcome in tonight.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to be here with you, Dewey.
Everything's the first tonight. First halftime guest live.
Well, it's good to be here. Thank you.
What's it like out in the stands? People excited?
It's very exciting. A lot of energy out there. I think people are just really thrilled to be here tonight. And, of course, the football team and band all are doing very well. So just a lot of excitement across the table.
What do you think of the football game?
I think it's a good game. Excited about our team. I think they're performing well. Hope we can get more points on the scoreboard.
Blue Jays lead Washburn Rural at halftime 7-3. I wanted to ask you about the start of the school year now. It's always a really busy time for you.
It's been a really good school year. Our enrollment has been good. We are close to 7,000 students, 1,300 employees. So it's been a really good start to the year, getting everyone reacclimated to being back into in-person school. You know, last year we had remote learning. We no longer have that. And so getting everyone acclimated and accustomed to being in-person school has definitely been a very positive move for the district.
It's good just to get the kids back together, socially, educationally.
Absolutely. Part of the challenge with remote learning is ensuring that the social emotional needs of our students are being met as they integrate back into school, as well as ensuring that academics become the primary focus throughout the year.
All right, let's talk about this brand new $132 million last count building. But what do you think about it? What do you like about it?
Well, this is a phenomenal building. It provides every educational opportunity.
We have the video board in the background blurring out some music. We'll close some windows here. And Reginald, your thoughts on the new building?
I think it's phenomenal. It is something that the community should be very pleased and proud of. I think it's going to create many opportunities for our young people, whether it's on the academic side or the extracurricular activity side. You know that we have a very strong career technical education program, and the opportunities that we're going to present our young people will be unlimited.
Are you getting a lot of calls yet from people wanting to come in and see this facility?
We've always been providing opportunities for individuals to tour the building. Mr. Dave Weil created many opportunities this summer, and even since school started, there have been a couple opportunities. Actually, October the 9th is going to be the grand opening, and so that'll give the community and members of the surrounding area an opportunity to come and take a tour of the building as well.
All right. What's not done yet? I know we've got some work going on here.
We have a multi-purpose multi-purpose room, and then our orchestra room that still have to be completed, and the timeline is around the end of October.
Now, aren't there some plans over the next 4 or 5 years to gradually add on a few more things?
There may be. We're looking at some things that initially were not in the plan, and so I think there's just opportunities for more as we continue to see what this facility can offer our young people.
All right, what's ahead now this coming school year, especially here early?
Well, at this present moment, we're glad to have everyone back again in school. We're just making sure that here at this building that we have routines in place, expectations in place, getting the staff acclimated. So it's just a lot of excitement in the area as we prepare and continue through this year.
How hard was it to sort everything out and coordinate things here?
It's been a challenge. I have to compliment the administrative team here. We're still working through some things. You think about our enrollment is about 200 students more than it was last year. We have quite a few new staff members, so we're getting everybody acclimated to not just a new building but to each other.
It's been hard to find people this year. Schools everywhere are having this trouble.
That is absolutely true. We have still some vacancies that need to be filled, but we're out there recruiting, and you're absolutely correct. It's not just here in Gary County or the state of Kansas, it's across the entire nation.
Why is that?
You know, last year was a tough year on a lot of people. Many individuals decided to retire. Some just decided to take a knee, as individuals say, and relax and catch up this upcoming year. But I'm hoping that our colleges and universities will be able to assist us with recruiting and getting young people into the profession.
All right, you're listening to the Cloud County Community College halftime segment. You've got some pretty good tie-ins with them, USD 475. You might tell about that a little bit.
We'll have to. They have been a great partner with our high school and with our district, and I really appreciate everything they bring to the table.
Thank you for coming by.
Thank you.
Dr. Reginald Eggleston doing a good job, folks. Our guest tonight at halftime, and stay in if you want or go outside, whatever you're in the mood for.
Well, thanks, I will.
All right. At halftime, Junction City has a 7-3 lead over the Washburn Rural Junior Blues. Just recapping the very brief scoring. In the first quarter, Washburn Rural got a field goal to make it 3-0 Junior Blues. Junction City drove it back down the field after recovering a fumble at midfield. Got a big run from Randall Banks to take the ball inside the 5-yard line. T.J. Jones punched it in from 4 out on the next play, and Junction City leads 7-3 here at halftime. We're back home next Friday night here against the Topeka West Chargers. We'll play a Thursday night game, October 7, against the Topeka High Trojans. That game was supposed to be in the capital city. They kind of flipped this year. Junction City took the first game of the season to Topeka, to Hummer Sports Park. Topeka High will come here October 7th. So a lot of football yet to be played by the Blue Jays. We're just in week number 4 of this season. Coming up tomorrow in the evening, we've got Kansas State, Oklahoma State in the Big 12. The next K-State home game against the Oklahoma Sooners, Saturday, October 2nd. And that ball game will kick off at 2:30, so there'll be a 12:30 pregame from Bill Snyder Family Stadium on the 2nd of October. Blue Jays feel pretty good about the way they bounced back. The loss to Manhattan 2 weeks ago, and the teams are now out doing their warm-ups. They get about a 3-minute period, and then they get ready to start the second half. We'll tell you more about the Blue Jay plan coming out of the locker room as they go toward the third quarter. Just kind of looking around at the crowd here. We've got a pretty good crowd right in front of us on the main grandstand. Washburn Rural brought a sizable number of fans, and we'll get Brian Field on here in just a moment. We thank you for Reginald Eggleston for coming in as Junction City has this 4-point lead at halftime. And Brian, your thoughts? You've been out visiting with the folks out in the stands.
I wanted to get a jump on that just to see what people thought of the new field, and people are all kind of saying the same thing. Because the field looks exactly like Al Simpler, the field at Al Simpler, I think what they're saying and what they're noticing is it already feels like home. It's like they picked up the field at Al Simpler and set it in the stadium. It does feel like home already. I loved walking out there, talking to people. There are a lot of alumni here tonight. Imp Taylor's here, Coach Hill, Coach Ron Hill's here. A couple of the Boyd brothers are here. My goodness, I can't even begin to mention all the people that I saw. There are a lot of people here tonight that wanted to see this, and I think it's outstanding. But I think the thing that's pretty much resonating is that it already feels like home. I mean, it doesn't feel like we've never played here before. It really feels like we've been playing here for a while. And so, of course, we've been coming out here to practices now for a month and watching the team and interviewing Coach Zimmerman and talking to the players. So that might help a little bit. But I think, honestly, it does. It just feels like home. And I talked to Richard Wilhite, said the same thing. He goes, he said, I love Al Simpler Stadium. It was where we grew up. He said, but it does. It feels like home. And so he agreed. And so I think it's exciting. And Blue Jays playing good football. The defense playing well, too.
I'll tell you why you think it's home. The field's the same size, same colors, blue and green.
Very good point, Dewey. But it does. It just looks like you picked up the field and just set it in this venue. And so then I think that was kind of the goal. Matt Westerhouse kind of talked about that. Let's have the field look the same. Let's have everything look the same so it's familiar and with the new surroundings. And, it is kind of cool with the school there, the video board. We talked about this. When I was on the Board of Education and we went to one of the conferences, one of the things that they talked about was showcasing your school. That's not just there to pump up the crowd. Later, they'll have some neat things up there where they can showcase some things going on in the district, in the elementary schools, the middle schools, show what's going on inside the high school, talk about some things. So that message board is a neat thing. And it's a message board. It's not just a big video board. And so some neat things that can go on here in the future. I think it's going to be great.
Here come the Blue Jays toward the side of the field, decked out tonight in their blue top jerseys with their black pants. Washburn Rural's been out for a while warming up in the white and the blue blue trim here tonight. Steve Bueller, head coach of Washburn Rural. We mentioned this once earlier. Brother-in-law of Junction City High School athletic director Matt Westerhouse. Kind of a family affair, and I suspect his wife Shelley's sitting on the Washburn Rural side of the field.
Yeah, Shelley, of course, a Junction City High School alumni, and Matt's older sister. And yeah, no, it is. And we used to kind of tease Matt about how's Thanksgiving dinner go, you know, and all that. But the Blue Jays have really fared well against Washburn Rural under Steve Bueller's tenure. But Steve Bueller, a good coach. And what I'm looking forward to in the second half here, Dewey, very rarely is Coach Zimmerman out-coached after he makes his halftime adjustments. You know, the Blue Jays have made some great halftime adjustments. Coach Zimmerman, Ty Zimmerman, made some outstanding defensive adjustments against Seaman in the second half last week, and that was key to that ball game. Same thing tonight. You're going to see Coach Zimmerman make some adjustments. Steve Bueller knows. These two coaches know each other very well. These games are usually very closely played, even at the end. It was an anomaly last year when the Blue Jays won 70-25 in the playoffs. Usually they're 6-point, 8-point, 10-point games.
Well, Junction City getting set to kick off with Hayden Field from the 40-yard line. The Blue Jays lead 7-3, and here we go, quarter number 3. Hayden angles it down toward the center, bouncing at the 21-yard line, picked up by Washburn Rural back at the 10. Goes across the 20. Return back across the 30 to the 32. On the run back that time, Austin Fager. He plays linebacker on defense. He's kind of one of the up guys, and Washburn Rural's got pretty good field position.
So Austin Fager last year carried the ball for them some. He plays defense for Washburn Rural. He's one of their senior safeties. Is he a linebacker? I need to double check that. He's a good ball player. Heady kid. He's a senior. We've said his name a lot too. I mentioned it earlier. He seems like a kid that plays 14 different sports for Washburn Rural, because you just hear his name and you see it in programs, you know, every season it seems like in just about every sport.
All right, the Blue Jays set their defense. They spent a lot of time on the field in the first half, Brian.
They did, but they played very, very well, and the defense has been the key to the success of the Blue Jays this season.
Here they go, 1st and 10, Washburn Rural, left hash on the near side. Dewey at quarterback in the shotgun set. They're going to run a play. Adams not getting much. Tried to spin to the right and just got stopped at the line of scrimmage, really just a little behind the line of scrimmage. It'd be about a 1.5 yard loss.
Yeah, so one of the things that the Blue Jays are doing that they were doing in the second half against Seaman, they're blitzing. That time for the Blue Jays, they blitzed Jalen Holloway, the nickel linebacker. So the Blue Jays have been blitzing either at the running back or at the quarterback, depending on what they see. Washburn's made it a little easier because they're not running as many option plays as Seaman did last week.
Here we go, 2nd down. Dewey throws right in the flat, completes a pass on the far side, across the 30 to the 36, 37-yard line. Good second effort. Still shy of the first down. It would bring up a 3rd down.
One of the things that we were talking about, of course, I go down and talk to the bunch of the alumni that played football here, and they're all kind of analyzing the game a little bit too. But, you know, everybody's noticing that we're giving those receivers a lot of cushion with our corners. And so they're playing about 10, 11 yards off, but it's worked so far. We have not given up the big play, and they have not been able to move the football rushing because the linebackers the front 7 have done a really good job in this ball game.
All right, here we go. 3rd down 5 coming up for the Junior Blues. Dewey dropping left with a penalty flag thrown, stopping the play. Normally that's on the offense.
Should be motion. And, you know, Dewey, we talked about this. The 3 leading tacklers for the Blue Jays this year are linebackers, and that says a lot about your defense. You don't want your safeties to be your leading tacklers. And so if your linebackers are your leading tacklers, that means they're doing a really good job against the run, and that's what the Blue Jays have done this year.
5-yard penalty in the Junior Blues to bring up 3rd down and 10. Defense, I think, has been very impressive the last 2 weeks for Junction City.
Well, and some nice some picks. That's been huge. The defense making the big play when you need to. Keegan McConnell last week making the big hit for forcing the fumble. Defense has risen to the top when they've needed to and risen to the occasion.
All right, here we go. Junior Blues from the right hash near their side of the field. One in motion to the far side. Dewey takes the snap. Throws in that slant pattern on the left. It's caught up at the 39. Shy of the first down. They go to the 41 on the return of the catch after the run, and they're stopping Adrian Tibbetts at the 41-yard line.
Yeah, Tibbetts is a good receiver, too. In fact, he's 6'4", 180, and he's a line of scrimmage type receiver. Washburn Rural, they're going to go for it here, Dewey. 4th and about 1 at their own 42, 41-yard line.
All right, they're on the left hash near side. 3 receivers. Trips right on the far side for the Junior Blues.
They're going to go out here on the outside probably.
They staggered the count. Blue Jays did not jump off sides. And now somebody is moving.
That's going to be on Rural. So
they fooled themselves.
And they can punt now, and that's okay. I think that was the goal. What they were either going to do is if they got the snap off, that they were probably going to run a little out route. Even with 4th and 1, the Blue Jays were the cushion that they were giving them on the outside. The corners on the receivers was enormous, and so I think they felt like they were confident either way. If the ball got snapped, they were going to be able to get the first down with the out, or see if they could get the Blue Jays to jump was the main thing, and now they know they can punt because they didn't really lose much there, like you said.
Washburn Rural kicking from their 25-yard line. T.J. Jones standing back deep for the Blue Jays at the Junction City 25. There's the kick, angling toward the near side. T.J.'s got a shot, but it's going to roll, and he picks it up on the bounce, but had to step out of bounds. It was right on the sideline at the 21-yard line.
Washburn Rural has really good special teams. Their punt team is good. We saw their kicker, kicked a 44-yard field goal or whatever it was. Their kick return is good. They had a lot of nice returns last week. Pittsburgh was kicking the ball early deep to them and letting their deep backs get it, and then they changed their mind and they changed their strategy a little bit and started kicking the ball similar to what Coach Zimmerman does. And you used to see Bill Snyder do this too. Kick the ball to the numbers, kick it to the 20 or the 10 or somewhere in there in between the numbers and the sideline. And sometimes if you kick it to one of those up backs and they're not paying attention, you can jump on the football.
Blue Jays snap in the backfield to Xavier, dumps a pass out on the left flat. Taking up the sideline out of bounds. I believe it was TJ trying to pick up the number over on the far side.
Yeah, that was TJ on the swing route out of the backfield, and Roel did a nice job hitting them in full stride. That's a staple for the Blue Jays. They just run a little bubble right there, trying to get their fastest player into open space, and so we've seen that play work a lot this year. But Washburn Rural has been defending the outside very well. They're taking away the outside and forcing the Blue Jays to run the ball up the middle.
6-yard gain for Junction City brings up 2nd down 4 from the 27-yard line. Again, they play the same play, just coming near side. Xavier running the ball, and he dives forward to the 29. Pickup of 2, so they're going to have a 3rd and 2, and that's manageable for this offense. So Junction City leading 7-3, 9:42 to go in the third quarter here at the brand new Blue Jay Stadium. Everything named Blue Jay here in terms of athletic facilities at Junction City High School.
Well, and people are going to have an opportunity to see the Blue Jay Event Center too. That is such a neat arena, and like I said, we kind of modeled this school like after Wichita Southeast. That was where that original architecture, that design came from, and of course with modifications that the USD 475 staff and the board made. But the gym's very identical to Southeast High School in Wichita.
Xavier throwing it to the far side. The ball may have been caught. It is caught by Junction City. It was kind of a diving catch. Really couldn't tell until the official gave us the signal up at the 37. Now, where is David Roel at? He's in the backfield.
Yeah, he's there. DeMarion with a nice catch right there. That was a nice play, and the ball a little underthrown. And sometimes that's what you'll do. They're going to have Xavier come in and play the quarterback position. Sometimes when the Blue Jays want to throw the ball, they've gone to Xavier this year. He's the one that threw the touchdown pass against Manhattan, and he can throw the ball a little deeper.
Running play, David comes to the sideline. Rushing play up to the 40 for a gain of 3 on first down. That was just kind of a straight dive play.
Well, that's what they scored their touchdown on earlier. Sometimes they just go right up the middle or got the big play, before the touchdown. So sometimes they'll go through that B gap, and that's something that he's very good at, Randall Banks is reading that and popping that outside. And a lot of times when the Blue Jays block that well, that's what happens. They'll get 2 or 3 yards, and he's able to bounce it outside to get several more.
2nd down 7. Felton comes near side, lobs it up toward the sideline, but overthrows the intended receiver. I'm watching David Roel on the sideline. He's bending over. He's rolling his head. I think he got popped pretty good, probably a little shaken up right now.
Well, there's no coaches over there with him, and they haven't taken his helmet away, so at least right now it doesn't look like they're
getting him recover.
Yeah, so, and Xavier sometimes, now that ball right there, though, he had a couple guys open, and the ball was just thrown out. It was thrown too far out of bounds. They had a guy on a sideline route right there, and it just didn't work.
Here we go, 3rd down 7 for the Blue Jays from their 40-yard line. Leading 7-3, third quarter. Felton to the near side, wanting to throw. Stops. Going to have to tuck it and run. Penalty flag, and he's dropped back at the 34. Usually it's in the deep offensive backfield. That's on Junction City.
Yeah, no, they held right there, and the bad thing is that's a spot foul.
And we'll see what they mark off. It would be another 3rd down repeat, but way back downfield. I think Washburn Rural is going to decline, and they do. So Junction City will punt again. This is a complete defensive struggle tonight.
It is, and both teams playing very good defense. Washburn Rural, what I think, Steve Bueller has them very well prepared. They studied the Blue Jays. And, Steve Bueller's played against Randall Zimmerman, for 8-9 years now. And so he definitely knows. And they played him twice last year, so he knows what Randall Zimmerman does.
TJ back at the 22 will punt.
Nice.
Line drive kick down the field, bouncing inside the 35 to the 30, 29-yard line where Junction City will down it. We'll take a break and be back to Blue Jay Stadium in 30 seconds.
At Glaven Ford and Place Center, you'll find they stay true and honest with very competitive prices. And now you can get a brand new 2021 F-150 at 0% interest for 72 months with approved credit. Yes, that's 0% APR for 72 months on a new F-150. Glaven Ford is the home of engines and oil changes for life on new and pre-owned vehicles. If you're buying anywhere else, you're not saving with Glaven. Glaven Ford, home of engines and oil changes for life. Do some saving online at GlavenFordofCC.com.
First and 10, Junior Blues from their 30-yard line, center of the field. Two receivers wide right, two on the near side. They're going to run it. Going to fake it. The quarterback's got it. Wanted to throw. He's going to have to run. And he's just trying to get as far as he can. He got back to the 29 for a loss of 1. He didn't have anybody open downfield.
No, it was well covered, except for the fact that he just didn't see him. Once the Blue Jays secondary took off to go up and cover the run, the receiver actually slipped past everybody, and I was a little concerned there he might see him, and Washburn might get a big gain, but the Blue Jays pursued that well, able to force him out of bounds for a loss.
Second down 10 coming up for the Junior Blues. Trips right, 3 on the far side, 1 in the backfield. A little dump pass off the near side, kind of a screen coming up the left side. They're going to get to the 35, 36, and swung out of bounds. McCantis Adams, he ran about 5 yards after the catch.
Boganowski's fired up tonight. I'm glad to see him in there because he hasn't gotten to play. He played a little bit during Manhattan and had a key interception in that game, but like I said, he's been fighting an injury all season long. Boy, tonight he's fired up. He had a nice big hit right there, and you can see him back there pumping up that defense, and the defense playing very, very well. Michael, just a sophomore, but he started all year last year as a freshman for the Blue Jays.
Third down 4 coming up for the Junior Blues. They dump it out right side, and it's caught, but pretty close to the first down marker, just shy of the 40.
So the receiver had to jump back for it. He did a nice job catching the football. I think that was Fagan. Was that Fagan?
Amir Sabrini.
Oh, that was okay. That was, yeah, he's wearing 23. I thought that was 33. But he had to, because he jumped back.
First down, I believe it is.
Okay, they gave it to him. Saying because he jumped back, it almost looked like he was a little short.
I think he got a good spot. 7:26 to go, third period. So the Blue Jay defense backs up a little bit. The Junior Blues pick up the first down here of our third quarter. Brandon Deweese walks up to his line, now backs up. Pistol set, twins left, twins right. One in motion to the near side. We've got some motion. Washburn Rural stopped. I don't think the officials actually saw it at first. It was the tight end that jumped up and started to run. That was Lucas Harris. And then they finally threw the flag.
I think they were deciding who was going to call it. It was kind of one of those where a few of them saw it. But Washburn Rural, Dewey, interestingly enough, because they're usually a pretty disciplined team tonight, a lot of mistakes, a lot of penalties, and they did that a lot against Pittsburgh last week too. I don't know if they've changed their snap count from previous years or if they've changed some things up, but last week they had a lot of offside penalties and movement penalties by their offense and their defense.
First and 15 for the Junior Blues. Deweese up the middle, tried to throw it, had no one. The pocket collapsed around him, so he got about 4 of the 5 back on the drop back. It's now second down 11.
Well, the Blue Jay defensive front is doing a really nice job, and those ends are doing a good job forcing everything inside. Rudy Vargas and Elijah Clark Boyd, and then of course at nose guard for the Blue Jays you've got Coleman, who's been playing there most of the season, and he's done a really nice job too tonight.
Second down 16 for Washburn Rural. Deweese rolls left, wanting to throw again. Stops, pumps it downfield, ball incomplete. Through the arms of the intended receiver at the Blue Jay 46-yard line. It was Amir.
That's a play they run well, though. Usually there's something that they've done very well downfield. He ran kind of a crossing route or an angle route right there, and he did a nice job getting open and just wasn't able to hang on to the football. But that goes to show you he's got a good arm, and he throws the ball. Sometimes he doesn't have enough touch. He just throws the ball, he fires it, and that's because he's young. He's just a sophomore. He'll figure out, as Coach Zimmerman always says, when to throw that dart and when to throw the play per airplane, and right there he maybe threw a little too much of a dart.
Third down 16 for the Junior Blues. 6:22 to go, third quarter. 3-step drop in the pocket. Deweese flush rolls out to the near side. Tucks the ball in his right arm and gets tackled for about loss back at the 36-yard line, and it's going to be 4th and long for the Junior Blues.
Yeah, Rudy Vargas was able to flush him out as he was going to give chase, and then Keegan McConnell came up to make the tackle in the open field. Keegan McConnell this year leads the team in tackles for loss. I'm going to look that up real quick here, but I'll look that stat. Keegan McConnell has, I think it's 5 tackles for loss, so let's make that 6 now on the season.
Punter will be kicking from about the 25-yard line. TJ's back at the Blue Jay 35. There's the kick. Junction City tried to block it, didn't get it. TJ hauls it in at the 30, got a chance to return it, avoids one tackler across the 35, slides back to the middle, breaks free, folks, 50-yard line on the sideline, down the near end and pushed out of bounds on the Blue Jays sideline. At the 41, it goes rolling out of bounds several feet, and Junction City's got their best starting field position in a drive since about the early second quarter.
That's what TJ can do right there. He's very shifty. Give him the ball in the open field. He's slippery. We talked about that. He just, and he reminds me of Russell sometimes the way he runs the ball because, he's got a low center of gravity. He's very shifty. He's able to make moves quickly. And boy, TJ has done a nice job running the football for the Blue Jays this year.
Here we go. 1st and 10, Junction City, the Washburn Rural 41-yard line. Blue Jays winning on the play call coming in from Randall Zimmerman. 5.5 minutes to go, third quarter. They snap it. Xavion hands it off. They go off left tackle, and they got about 3 down to the 38-yard line. Pretty good rush for Randall Banks.
Yep, Randall did a really nice job right there running the football, and he's like I said, he's got good vision. The left side of that line tonight has done a really nice job too for the Blue Jays, and we didn't mention the starting line like we normally do, but of course that left tackle is TJ Osa. You've got the left guard Judah Peterson, and I think that we'll talk about it in a minute.
Going to rush the ball up the middle off right tackle. Nice run by Banks, but a penalty flag.
Yeah, we're going to probably see a hold right there. I think the Blue Jays pulled their left guard, and I'm not sure exactly where the hold occurred, but
3 times tonight, though, they've had little 5-yard penalties that stopped a big play.
Well, that one's going to be a 10-yarder there, but
holding.
And Logan Lindsley is starting at center, and you've got Petron Bartolome at the right guard and Garrett McCreath at the right tackle. And so standard offensive line, you've seen Logan Nabis get the start, some too at center, but Logan Lindsley getting most of the snaps the last couple of games at center. They've moved Logan Nabis to where he's playing tight end, and it's worked out very well. In fact, he's out there right now playing tight end, and so he wears number 89. I believe if he's tight end, and he wears number 58 if he's playing offensive line, if he's playing center.
All right, football at the 49-yard line of Washburn Rural. The Blue Jays must go to the 31 for a first down. In the pocket, flushed out left. Xavion had to dump the ball to get rid of it, and it's incomplete. He had a receiver out in the left flat, and he avoided the sack. Now third down.
Well, he was in the grasp when he threw the football right there. And I want to mention Logan moving to tight end. He had a key block on that touchdown where the Blue Jays won that game last week, where they ran that ISO, where Roel ran that quarterback power behind the fullback, Xavion Felton. But Logan Nabis was part of the left side of that offensive line with the tackle TJ Osa that crashed down that that right side of that defensive line of Seaman to be able to score that touchdown. So Logan Nabis making some impact at that tight end position.
Third down, 18, Junction City. Felton went left, now reverses course, comes to the right side. Going to tuck it in and run down the side across the 45. He'll be tackled right on the 40-yard line. Nice gain of about 9 yards, but still 9 yards shy of a first down.
Yeah, but this might be a situation where Coach Zimmerman, with the ball at the 40, would it be 4th and about 9? They may decide to go for it here, but we also know that the quarterback can punt in Coach Zimmerman's offense, and a lot of times you see the quarterback line up and then pooch kick it. We saw that a lot, and they're going to come on. They're going to bring the punt team on, so they're actually going to go for the punt here.
So the Blue Jays once again find themselves punting. We're trading punts and field position here.
We are, and that's okay. They've got, the good thing is the Blue Jays have been able to continue to flip the field and take some of the pressure off of their defense.
Punting from the 48-yard line of Junction City, TJ Jones. Had good protection, but kind of squibbed the punt downfield. It's loose, comes off a Washburn Rural player, and they'll get back on it.
They did, darn.
At the 33. We'll break here for 30 seconds, and we'll be back right after this.
I thought we got that.
Hi, This is Brian Field from Cardinal Insurance. Cardinal Insurance is a trusted choice independent insurance agency who writes insurance through several different insurance companies. We work hard to find the right company for you. And as a proud Junction City High School alumni and former Blue Jay athlete, I know how hard our Blue Jays work to proudly represent Junction City High School and our community. That's why we sponsor the Cardinal Insurance Player of the Game. Listen to the Postgame show to hear the Cardinal Insurance Player of the Game. Cardinal Insurance, working hard to serve you first.
Here we go. Washburn Rural 1st and 10. Dewey's flushed out of the pocket, rolls right, now turns, runs back to the near side. He's got some room, 35, and dives down there at the 35-yard line. He ran a lot to gain 2 yards. 3:40 to go, third quarter, 7-3. Blue Jays have the lead in tonight's ball game. Junction City's defense continues to shine in this one, Brian.
No, they're playing very well, just like they did last week against Seaman, and holding Seaman, like we talked about, with their backs against the wall to just the 3 field goals in the first half last week was huge. Tonight, they're held Washburn just to 1 field goal.
2nd down 8 coming up for the Junior Blues, and the official calling a timeout down on the field. It's an official's timeout. Not sure what they're doing here.
The crowd is really getting into this. This is the first time the Blue Jays have been able to play in front of a large home crowd since 2019. So this is huge. This is great. I love that there's this many people here, Dewey.
Got a great football game, too.
Yep.
Back to throw Dewey again. 3-step drop. Dumps it out left flat. Mears got it. Up across the 35 to the 38. Still way shy of the first down by at least 5, almost 6 yards.
Yeah, they tried to run the little tunnel screen right there, and you saw number 10, the receiver, out there to block as the lead blocker. But the Blue Jay defender in the secondary, the safety in the corner, it was Michael Boganowski and Donquay Williams on that side, did a really nice job coming up. The Blue Jays have been running a 3 and 4 deep in these later downs, and they're rolling that nickel linebacker up to cover the outside receiver.
All right, here we go. 3rd down 5 for the Junior Blues. Again, a pass play. Rolling right, Dewey's being pursued by Vargas. Over the top, pass complete. Amir has got it. Williams to the 50. 1st and 10, Junior Blues. First pass reception they've had that really gained much yardage.
You knew sooner or later that was going to happen. A lot of times they were hitting those short routes between the linebackers and the safeties. Right there, they just went ahead and ran it looked like a seam route that he broke off. It was a choice route, so he read where the safeties were going to go, and he cut in front of the safeties. It was a very well-thrown ball by Dewey, and they got the first down.
2:18 left, third quarter. Rushing play. Play action pass, in the backfield to the Blue Jay 47-yard line. The pass caught by Dalen Smoot. His first reception, he was out here on the left side.
I love to watch Donquay Williams play corner. Talked about it. 5'4", 143, 145 pounds. They've always got another foot or so on him because he's always got a 6'2" or 6'4" receiver that he's covering, but he does such a great job tackling them low after they catch the football.
All right, 2nd down 7 for Washburn Rural. Trips right, 3 on the far side, 1 on the near wing. Dewey's back to throw, goes over the middle, pass complete, shy of the first down, inside the 45 at the 43-yard line.
Another curl route over the middle right there, and Dewey said, just goes to show you, he put that in, he just lasered that right in there. He laced it in between 2 Blue Jay defenders. Nice pass.
Lucas Harris caught the ball. 4 receivers out on the play for Washburn Rural. And they got movement on the right side of the offensive line.
Again, and that's something that they did last week against Pittsburgh. And so Washburn Rural, tonight, Washburn Rural making a lot of mistakes. The Blue Jays, really, they've had a few penalties, and they've had them in some key places, but Washburn Rural making more mistakes in this football game.
Illegal procedure on the Junior Blues, a 5-yard penalty. You think some of that's caused by the crowd? They're pretty loud right now.
I think it's the crowd, it's the new stadium, it's the video board. I do. And let's hope that this is an intimidating place for people to come play, because that's what you want, and that's why we need people to come out to the stadium and make a lot of noise.
3rd down 9 for the Junior Blues at the Junction City 49-yard line. 1 in motion to the near side for Washburn Rural. Amir Williams back to throw. Dewey's over the middle, throws the pass, hits that big tight end for a first down inside the 35. He'll take it down to the Blue Jay 31-yard line, just shy of the 30. That was a really good play.
Well, they were hitting the outs, hitting the short outs. Now they're hitting that post and that curl over the middle, and they're lighting up the middle against this Blue Jay defense. And so let's just see what happens. But another thing, too, Dewey, this field is very bright. You can see so well. This is the best lit field that we have played on that maybe I've ever seen other than the college fields.
1st and 10, Washburn Rural. Harris, the tight end, coming right. The handoff up the middle, running play. And they're going to get a little yardage down to the 27-yard line. McKentis Adams carried the football.
No dark spots. The whole field is illuminated. The lights are bright. The lights are high enough, and with those lights that make sure that you can see the ball going up. They called them the higher lights, the lights that are low that are shining up. You can see now the ball as it's going up, and you can see it at its height. And so just the lights here are incredible, and it is a little intimidating because this is bright. It is like the big time. This is what you see on the college football fields.
10 seconds left in the third quarter. Washburn Rural trying to put together a drive. They're at the Blue Jay 27. They're going to stand and let that clock run down and bring it into our third quarter of play. 7-3, Junction City's got the lead. We'll take a break and be back right after this. Third quarter is over, and Junction City leads Highland Park by a score of 7-3. Blue Jays huddle up around defensive coordinator Ty Zimmerman, and he made a big call on defense last week to win the game.
Yeah, and he was up in the press box with us last week. He's back down on the field this week, but he could see things so well. And in the second half, he was up in the press box, and we talked about it. He kind of came where he was so excited when Keegan McConnell, they blitzed, and they decided to go after the quarterback instead of the running back. They'd been going after, kind of switching it up, and they were gambling a little bit, and they gambled on that play, and Keegan went in and blitzed the quarterback and caused the fumble, and Coach Ty Zimmerman was so excited. Of course, we're in an open press box. It just has little booths for each of us, and so we ran over, kind of got a chance to high-five with the coaches. They were so excited, and that was a huge play. The Blue Jays need a huge play right here on defense.
All right, two receivers wide right on the near side. Deweese wants to throw, dumps it out left flat to the far wing. Williams has got it. Angles up the sideline for a first down inside the 20 and down to the Junction City Blue Jay 15-yard line, just inside the 15. They'll mark it at the 14. Kind of a nice weaving run after the catch.
Well, it was a screen play again. Now one of the Blue Jays is down on defense. We don't need that. We've got enough injured players, but it looks like they're getting up, whoever that is. Is that Quavion maybe?
Limping pretty badly, favoring his right leg. Coming off on his own power, but very slowly.
But back to, I think that's Quavion Gilmore. He's our nickel or our will linebacker.
It is. Number 46.
So, but again, that was a huge play last week. You're right. Now, right there, what they're doing is they just ran a screen right there. It was a screen play. So, Steve Bueller's, he and his coordinator are making some great calls. I'm not sure if he makes the offensive calls or if he has an offensive coordinator, but the play calling right now for Washburn Rural is really good. They were throwing the ball on those outs early in the football game, and you knew they were trying to soften up something, and whether it was the middle or they were going to eventually go deep, but what they decided to do then was start going over the middle, and so they were hitting those posts, and they've thrown a couple of those screens in there back to the outside, and there must have been something. That's an adjustment. We didn't really see that play much in the first half. They've run it 3 times here in the second half. Must have been something that they saw during the game, and that was one of the adjustments that they put in the second half. It was a play they decided it was going to be successful, and they've had some success with it a couple of times here.
Quavion Gilmore, I think they're looking at his leg, maybe a cramp.
Let's hope it all. He's up walking now, so that's good.
They were stretching the leg out. You'd think we're kind of getting into late September. That kind of stuff starts to stop.
You would hope so, and especially with it not being very hot today. In fact, it's a cooler night. It feels like football weather for a change. I haven't looked to see what the temperature is. I think it was 70-something at game time, low 70s. By the way, I wanted to mention a halftime score. 18-13, Highland Park was up over Emporia. We don't know what the score is now, but Highland Park was winning a football game.
First time since 2014 if they win. Highland Park, Emporia, now Washburn Rural sets. They're going to run off the left tackle. Little delay handoff down the sideline to the 5, and a really punishing run that time for Washburn Rural.
Very well blocked.
Adams carried the football.
Yeah, the left side of that offensive line, and you're right, McKenzie Adams at the end of the play, he delivered the blow. He initiated the contact, and it was on his terms. And you have to love a running back. That's one of my favorite things about a running back. Initiate the contact, make it on your terms. Don't let that linebacker get the best of you. You punish them. We saw DJ Giddens do it all season last year. I love running backs that are
second down, 1 coming up for Washburn Rural. Off right tackle, heading to the end zone, and they've got it. into the end zone. McKentis Adams on a 5-yard touchdown run for the Junior Blues. Brian, they take the lead 9-7.
It looked like the outside zone, and they just zone blocked that. It looked like right there, and did a really nice job. And Washburn Rural's offensive line, their offensive front, has done a really nice job here, especially on this drive. The Blue Jays had a lot of luck, a lot of success, I should say, defending the run in the first half, and now the offensive line of Washburn Rural doing a nice job.
Giles Fredrickson to kick the extra point. It is on the way, and it is good. 10-7. Washburn Rural takes the lead on Junction City. We'll break here for 30 seconds and be back right after this.
At Glaven Ford and Place Center, you'll find they stay true and honest with very competitive prices. And now you can get a brand new 2021 F-150 at 0% interest for 72 months with approved credit. Yes, that's 0% APR for 72 months on a new F-150. Glaven Ford is the home of engines and oil changes for life on new and pre-owned vehicles. If you're buying anywhere else, you're not saving with Glaven. Glaven Ford, home of engines and oil changes for life. Do some saving online at glavenfordofcc.com.
The Blue Jays play here, 107.9 FM and 1420 KJCK.
Junction City getting set to receive the kickoff. A lot of noise being generated by that video board here at the stadium tonight.
Yeah, and it's a neat thing to have. And the crowd does need to get fired up here. And this again, so it's 10-7. They got a field goal in the first quarter on their first drive. Washburn Rural did, and then they just got the touchdown. And so 10-7. This game well within reach. 11:41 to go. Coach Zimmerman usually wins the fourth quarter, and so do his teams. And so let's see what the Blue Jay offense does here. It'd be nice to see him be able to have some more success throwing the football.
T.J. Jones, Randall Banks back deep to receive. Fredrickson kicks it off. Deep kick coming down into the end zone, and it's going to be down there by Randall. 1st and 10, Blue Jays at their 20. They've really never had too many opportunities to start up field. I can recall one time over the 40, and that's it.
Yeah, and
over the 50, in fact.
Yeah, they were in when they started off after the interception in Washburn Rural territory. That's been the only time tonight, and so, but the Blue Jays have been in. They have not been in the red zone, but the one time, and so Washburn Rural's defense doing a really nice job. Steve Bueller had them very prepared tonight against what the Blue Jays do, and this is not as wide open an offense as we had last year. We're not running as many plays as we did last year.
Snap to Xavion Felton, and we get a whistle before they can get the play unfolded. A penalty flag at the line of scrimmage. Something must be wrong with David Rowell. He went out in the second quarter at Manhattan, had to hit his hand on a helmet and couldn't grip the football, and all of a sudden Xavion took over here in the third, and David has been off on the sideline. Hopefully he's okay. So the Blue Jays will have the 5-yard penalty. The football marched back to the 15-yard line. Xavion at quarterback.
He's standing next to the coach right there. We'll see.
Yeah, I wonder. Hopefully he gets in. 1st and 15, Blue Jays. They snap it. They run in the backfield. And to get it across the 15 to the 20.
Ooh, face mask.
That's a pretty good rush for about 8 yards. TJ carried the ball.
The way he was pulled down, it looked like it might have been a face mask, but nice run up the middle there by TJ. And when we think of TJ, he is like Russell in the sense that, he can run the ball up the middle. He's got a good low center of gravity and some strong legs, and so he's not just an outside runner with his speed.
2nd down, almost 8 for Junction City. Felton takes it, underhand pitch in the backfield. They're trying to sweep left on the near side. TJ turns it back upfield and got his tackle to the 20. The Blue Jays actually lose about 3 on the carry.
Now, Washburn Rural, all night, they've been shutting down the outside. That's something you knew they were going to do. They know that the Blue Jays' bread and butter are those outside plays. That's how they gained their yards against Manhattan. That's how they came back, and they went up the middle a lot, but then they would be able to switch it up and use outside to get a lot of yardage against Seaman last week to win that football game. And so Washburn Rural is not going to give them that yardage outside.
3rd down 9 coming up for Junction City. Rolling right. Felton's going to heave it downfield and picked up. Dropped. Washburn Rural had a sure interception at the 46, and they simply dropped the football.
Yeah, and Xavion, I don't know if he just didn't read that very well. Usually he overthrows those receivers deep. That time he underthrew it, and so now the Blue Jays having to punt again. Blue Jay defense, they need to flip the field. See, let's hope that TJ can get a good punt here and keep Washburn Rural in their own territory.
4th down and 9 for Junction City. TJ back to punt, standing at the 9-yard line.
Blue Jays is number 2, T.J. Jones.
There's a snap to him, not a heavy rush. He'll line drive it down the field, end over end, bouncing at the 50. Takes a nice Blue Jay roll inside the 45 to the 41. 10:26 to go in our fourth quarter. We'll keep it here, and Brian, a long way to go in the ball game.
Yeah, 10:26, and in a college game or a pro game, that's an eternity. The scoreboard just went off. Hopefully that didn't become a problem.
There will be glitches from time to time at a brand new facility.
I'm not sure if they see it yet.
10:26 remaining.
10:26.
7-3. We better keep, or 10-7. We better keep score. Washburn Rural leading Junction City. And they've stopped things down on the field. The officials have noticed the scoreboard, and everybody's looking up there. So I'm not sure what the issue is. They're just now realizing it up in the public address booth. They have a technician up here for the school system. They have a couple of them, in fact, tonight.
Looks like they lost the play clock and everything.
Yep. Somebody pulled the plug, Brian.
Yeah, they might have. The video board's still working.
Blue Jay between the headphones.
They're going to take a timeout here and see if they can get that resolved. If not, then the field judge will usually be the guy that keeps the time down on the field, or the back judge, whichever you want to call it. But he's usually the deeper guy in the secondary. A lot of times he'll be responsible for running the play clock, and the referee will too. And usually that's the way they'll do it, and they'll confer to make sure that they've got the same times.
Can you run down and stand by him and signal me up how much time remains?
There you go. I could do that.
Well, this is something I think you just better prepare for at times this year. Little glitches.
Yeah, they're still trying to figure it out.
They're looking out the window and saying, we don't know. I can read the lips over here.
Well, they're looking for checking the plug of the back, what they need to do. Sometimes there's a fuse and there's some different things, the breaker on that scoreboard, and a lot of times that happens too. They need somebody to go check that out, because sometimes that's what can happen. And we've had that happen on some scoreboards out at North Park where, you're not sure what you lost there, and you go over, and whether it's a fuse or it's a breaker, or something in the actual scoreboard itself.
Well, we're having a glitch at the new JCHS here at the football facility, trying to get the scoreboard to work. A lot of people on their phones looking at the laptop, pulling apart the public address board, and generally wondering don't know. Coming up in postgame tonight, we'll hear from head coach Randall Zimmerman.
Of course, seeing that they lost the play clock too, there's two play clocks, one on each end, of course, and now they've got somebody from the company that did all of the power and the wiring for him. He's come in, and now I would imagine, I could be wrong, but I would imagine a lot of times the video boards have the ability to do the same thing, and so maybe they'll be able to do that, maybe run a clock on the video board, but a lot of times you'll see on the video boards, instead of a scoreboard underneath, the video board itself actually has a little area that has the score and whatnot. I don't know if this has that capability, but either way, you can see since both play clocks are off, there's a play clock in both end zones, at the back of both end zones, just to the right of the goalposts, and so it's the same on both ends. And so on the east end, it's to this south side of the goalposts, and on the west end, it's just to the north side of the goalposts. And so the goalposts here are yellow. At Al Simpler, they were white, and so they're yellow here at the new stadium.
Why
That's
is
one of the
that?
differences.
Somebody just like the color?
The white or the yellow, you mean?
Yeah, the yellow.
I don't know.
I like
think,
yellow. It looks pretty cool.
I like the yellow. I think it's more visible. I think it's a little easier to see. I was watching that LSU game last night, and they have the old H-style posts still, and they're white. And they talked about how they've had to change those a few times throughout the years, and how they've got some spare ones. And I thought it was interesting. And I didn't realize this. I guess I haven't seen this in a while, but they said Florida State still has H-style goalposts too. So,
of course, back in the day in Burke, we had goalposts. We really didn't need them. Nobody could kick it in. You went for 2 on the extra points.
There you go.
Always. Everybody in 8-man does.
Well, hopefully this doesn't take very long, but the one thing that's somewhat nice, I have to say, is that Washburn Rural was having the momentum. So if you're a Blue Jay fan right now, you're going to say, well, Washburn had some momentum. Let's kind of slow this game down. But the Blue Jay defense, this might give them a little bit of a break. You said this in the first half, Dewey, and even partway through the third quarter. The Blue Jay defense has spent a lot of time on the field. And
rest here.
A lot of pressure that this Blue Jay offense puts on their defense. And, it's interesting because you did watch, we were a little spoiled last year to watch that football team throw the ball as well and as much as they did. And when you think about, the yards passing and the yards receiving and even the rushing yards with DJ Giddens, that was just such a dynamic offense. This is a little more of a typical high school offense that we're seeing now, and with the Blue Jays, but they'll get some of this passing stuff worked out. But you're right. I wonder what's going on with Roel. Was it a decision to put Xavion in, or is Roel not playing because maybe something is going on? Maybe he is.
I just noticed when he came out that that's kind of an unusual time to change your quarterback.
That's a good point.
So they got the clock back. Shows 12 minutes remaining on the fourth quarter. Now we're a little further along in that. They've got to get the right time.
It was 11 and how much?
They got the score 0-0. Junction City would take that. Washburn Rural would not. They lead the game 10-7 in the fourth quarter.
Was it 10-21? Is that what was
somewhere
left,
in 10 minutes something. I don't know the exact
Well,
second.
the official down on the field will know, because I guarantee you they would have marked that. Usually the field judge is the guy that helps, or the back judge is the guy that usually helps make sure that clock's working. You got the umpire there facing the clock too, and so but there's a clock at each end, and so the referee can see it too. So they'll get that time right once they reset it.
Yep. They'll get it down on the field. The teams have come back out from the sidelines. They're waiting on the clock to be set, and then we'll get this football game back underway. Right now, 9 o'clock in the evening. I do want to tell you that tomorrow we have Kansas State, Oklahoma State football, tomorrow night, in fact, from Stillwater, Oklahoma. So that's coming up tomorrow night. Post-game tonight, we'll hear from head coach Randall Zimmerman. Dell Motors, Junction City Abstract and Title. Sponsor, Junction City Blue Jay football here in the 2021 season. Really quick work, I think, by the technicians for the district to get that back up. They're letting it run down to 11:54. I thought they were a little further along in that.
Yeah, I think they're trying to get it to work because they've still got to set the score and let's see. Yeah,
I don't think they're going to start over, though.
Good football game tonight. 10-7, Washburn Rural. I sure thought it was
11:54. They're going to start right there. 41-yard line. Washburn Rural's got the ball. Their side of the field, 1st and 10. Rushing play, going left, penalty flag on the play. This is a nice gainer, about 9 yards, carrying the football. Kansas Adams, and there's a flag. This is coming back.
So what they decided to do
the quarterback is furious.
Yeah, they've decided not to wait any longer.
Sorry about that.
No, you're fine. That needed to be called up. They lost the clock again. So basically, what happened is the officials decided to go ahead, Dewey, because they weren't able to get the clock reset. And they didn't want to wait any longer and hold the football game. Now the scoreboard's back on, but they have not been able to get it all reset yet. And so the officials just decided they couldn't wait any longer, so they're going to keep the time on the field. And you can see right there the field judge. He's keeping it on he's in the back. He's the guy that's behind the secondary. He's looking at his watch, and he's got a little timer on there, and that's usually the guy that does that.
We can't tell you exactly how much time remains.
The referee a lot of times will do the play clock, and the back judge will do the time, or vice versa.
Ball is at the 29 of Washburn Rural. They have a long way to go for a first down. It is first and about 25. Rushing play into the secondary. Clear out to the 45.
Nope.
Washburn Rural is going to take it with Williams rushing. Adams rushing. McCandis Adams to the 46. He goes 17 yards on a first down rush, and they're still shy of the 1st and 10. They've got to go about 6 yards.
You're starting to see Washburn.
Now the clock's set.
You don't see this very often. You don't see a Blue Jay defense getting worn down, but right now Washburn Rural just going right at the heart of this Blue Jay defense, and usually that's what you see the Blue Jays do in the fourth quarter. Washburn Rural doing it right now.
9:40 left. Pretty sure that's accurate now. 10-7 Washburn Rural. Another running play. The Blue Jays stopping, but it's close to a first down at the Blue Jay 49.
Well, the reason that play's working is you're seeing those tackles on the outside.
Penalty flag.
Yeah, no, there was a penalty flag. That's again holding. You can see where that holding's occurring. It happened. So they ran the play to the left. Left tackle held. They ran it to the right. This time the right tackle held, and so that's how that's happening.
Well, they got the score on the board, 7-0. In favor of Junction City. Now 9-7. Washburn Rural trying to get that figured out, but we've got 9:32 to go.
It's actually 10-7. There they go. They got it right.
Everything's back.
Following the 10-yard penalty, it's 2nd and 15.
You never know what those computers are going to do.
No, but I'm also waiting for the referee to tell the clock. They must have it. They must be pretty confident that that's what it is 9:27.
And ticking down. 2nd down, 15 for the Junior Blues. Wanting to throw up across the top. Tipped, but not caught, incomplete. Boganowski was in the neighborhood. 3rd down.
Yeah, no, you're right, Dewey. He was right there. He just about had an opportunity to intercept that again. But Dewey, he's got a strong arm. You can see it, and every now and then you just need to see him let off of that just a little bit. He's just a sophomore, and so next year, by the time he's a junior, he'll have that figured out. But he's thrown a couple of those a little hard, and his receivers just gone right through their hands.
3rd down, 15, Washburn Rural. Big play for the defense. 3 down linemen for Junction City. 2 in the deep secondary. Rushing play, and it goes to the 40. A gain of 5, but now it's 4th and almost 10 for Washburn Rural.
Yeah, that's a big hold right there by the Blue Jay defense, and they're probably going to decide to punt right here because the Blue Jays, it's not imperative that they score right here. The defense can try and hold Washburn again, but Washburn having some success moving the football, so I think this is a very pivotal possession for the Blue Jays in this ball game. They really probably need to try and score a touchdown here or at least get a field goal to tie.
Waiting on the punt, T.J. Jones standing back at the Blue Jay 22-yard line. 5 minutes past 9 o'clock on your Friday evening. Heavy rush. Blue Jays don't get there, though. It's kind of a sidewise wobbly punt. Everybody backs away from it. Rolls for Washburn Rural to the Blue Jay 21-yard line. We'll break here for 30 seconds. Be back to Blue Jay Stadium right after this.
If you're looking to catch up or get ahead, think about second session classes at Cloud County Community College. Cloud County is now enrolling students in our fall 2021 second session classes. These 8-week courses begin October 11th and end December 9th and are offered online and face-to-face at our campuses in Junction City and Concordia and are perfect for students who want to pick up extra credits at an affordable rate. Contact our admissions team today to get enrolled in our second session classes. Stay close and go far with Cloud County.
1st and 10, Junction City from their 21-yard line. 8:30 to go in the ball game. Blue Jays passing the left flat on the near side. Complete it. TJ got it across the 25 up to the 28. Nice little gain to start the series. And Junction City faces 2nd down.
Yeah, is that Xavion in there at quarterback still? Yes, it is. And so nice to see him get a pass completion right there. That's just a little swing route.
I would say he's probably going the rest of the way tonight. 10-7 Washburn Rural running play. Blue Jays up the gut. 1st down into the secondary. The Blue Jays running across the 50 to the Washburn Rural 47. It was Xavion himself keeping the football.
Blue Jays going with tempo here. They're running NASCAR. Coach Zimmerman wants to go fast. He wants to go quick. Yep, exactly, Dewey. And when you start to see them do that, that's a lot of times when they can catch their opponent off guard. And so it's nice to see that. And it's good experience for Xavion.
They snap it. Rushing play up the gut. Inside the 45 to the 44. I practiced my car rumble all summer. This is the first time this year I've been able to use it.
I was going to say, I've never heard you do that, Dewey. That's pretty cool. I like that. I like the rumble.
3-yard gain, 2nd down, 7 coming up. The Blue Jays at the Junior Blues, 44-yard line. 7:55 and counting down. Blue Jays trail 10-7. And the deep snap. Xavion's going to rush right, throws it out there, and really was getting rid of the ball more than anything.
Well, he had a guy open, but he got tripped up just as he was throwing the football. I like that he saw him, though, downfield. I like that Xavion recognized that there was a receiver open downfield. His eyes are downfield. That's been the thing the coaches have talked about, is that the Blue Jay quarterbacks need to just be able to recognize things downfield, and they're both, Xavion, really, he was a linebacker last year, and he played a little bit of quarterback and running back in junior high.
Blue Jays rushing right with T.J. Jones. He scampered in the backfield, and they drag him down. We got a penalty flag. It drug him down back at the 50 for a pretty good loss of about 8 yards.
Yeah, but unfortunately, as he was trying to make the tackle, one of the Blue Jay linemen tackled the defender. And so that's a hold right there in front of everybody. That's not going to bode well for the Blue Jays. I think that's probably what the hold's going to be.
Washburn Rural.
Oh, is it really?
Let's see. The Blue Jays were clapping. Holding, you're right.
You could see it. He tackled the defender.
There's a Blue Jay down there clapping. I don't know what he was doing. Penalty on Junction City. Now does Washburn Rural take it? They know they're going to get the ball in a punt, and it looks like they'll decline. And the Blue Jays will have to kick it away with 7:41 to go.
Wow, what was a very promising drive where the Blue Jays were able to gain 32 yards there on offense. Now a couple of mistakes, and now they have to punt.
Well, we'll see how this opening game at Blue Jays Stadium winds up. Junction City, of course, wants the win. Kicking from the 40, TJ sends a pretty good high kick.
Fair catch called.
About the 21, 22-yard line of Washburn Rural. Now, we'll keep it here, and I'll tell you that Rex's Auto Sales and Cloud County Community College sponsor Blue Jay football. Coming up in postgame, of course, as we always do, Brian will announce the Cardinal Insurance Player of the Game.
You know, that was a nice punt, and he came up and tried to catch that. I'm surprised he did. He'd fair caught it, though. And so, but he, if that would have bounced, then there were 3 Blue Jays right there ready to pounce on that football.
So here comes the Blue Jay defense back out on the field. 4 up on the D-line. 1 deep safety. Boganowski back at about the 36-yard line.
Blue Jays need a big play right here.
7:27 to go. We're going to play action fake over the top. Pass is caught. Big tackle. Penalty flag after the play. The pass caught by Amir Sabarini going over the middle.
I wonder what that's going to be.
They blasted him. I don't know if it's going to be personal foul or not.
Well, let's hope they don't call targeting. That'd be terrible if that's what that call is.
Junction City defense is backing up. I can tell you that.
I didn't see the actual tackle. I was watching the Blue Jay defense.
Personal foul to the head.
That is a targeting. I can't believe that. Wow.
That'll be 15-yard penalty. Then does the player stay in the game? I don't think so.
No, well, they don't usually throw them out in high school on the first one. But what I guess I don't like about that, and that's fine, they were probably coming in to try and make the tackle, but, there's no review on that in high school. Yeah. And these are high school kids. They're not intentional. I think it needs to be a little more intentional than that. But that's twice now we've seen that called this season, and I don't know.
Nobody off the field. They're all in. 1st and 10, Washburn Rural at their 44. Fresh up the middle, nice. Goes absolutely nowhere. McKentis Adams has a good second effort, did not gain anything. In fact, lost about 1.5 yards.
Now, Rudy Vargas and Elijah Clark Boyd, again, those 2 defensive ends crashing in right there, reading that well and making the tackle, and so that's good. But again, Adams, like you said, it could have been a loss of a couple more, and he was able to squirt and squirt out of the tackle and get another yard or 2.
Here we go, 2nd down, 11 coming up. Washburn Rural turning, looking over at their sideline at Steve Bueller. He had a pretty good game plan, especially on defense against Junction City. 6:35, counting down. Rushing play, Adams, nice. Wrapped up, runs ahead anyway across the 45. Carried a couple with him, but gets good yardage up to about the 47. Still shy of the first down. They must go to the Blue Jay 46.
Well, I'm not sure if the Blue Jays blitzed the safety right there, but you had Michael Boganowski going in there on the tackle and also Diego Eisen, and so I wonder if the Blue Jays maybe just blitzed the safety right there. They've been running a lot of cover 3 here in the second half with their 2 corners and their safety, their free safety.
Heading under 6 minutes in the ball game. 3rd down, about 7 for the Junior Blues. Long count. Back to throw. Not much to do. Everybody's covered. They dump it up in the left flat, but a first down. Heading down across the 45-40, still on his feet inside the 35. That was just real good second effort that time by the receiver over in the left flat. And that was that big tight end again.
I think.
Excuse me, I want to correct that. Over on the far side, that was Noah Haskins.
Yeah, that's, so what I like about that play, though, really, more than anything, was how the quarterback, Dewey, right there, he was dead to rights. They had him sacked. He kept his composure, and he threw the ball to the tight end. They had him dead to rights right there, and he stayed with the play, and then it was a nice move by the tight end after he caught it. 1st and 10 in Blue Jay territory. Adams weaving in the backfield, Dirk down in a hurry at the line of scrimmage. Washburn Rural not in a big hurry. They lead 10-7, 5:20 to go, and they're content to let that clock run. Oh, yeah, that's what they want. What they want to do right here is they want to get down the field. They want to eat up as much clock as they possibly can and score with as little time left on the clock as possible. They want a long, sustained drive. They want to get downfield. They want to eat up as much clock as they can and score with maybe, 3 minutes left, 2 minutes left. And if they do, the Blue Jays will be down by 10.
All right, here we go. 2nd down, 10. Waiting on the snap. They're going to hand it off again. Running play goes nowhere. In fact, they lose 3 back to the 35. Blue Jays doing a good job on 1st and 2nd down. Got to stop the 3rd down rush.
Keegan McConnell did a great job right there crashing in on that play and making the tackle for a loss. That's 7 tackles if my count is right for a loss. He had 5 coming into the game tonight, so 2 tackles for loss. And Keegan, when you need a big play, he's the guy. But right here, you're right, Dewey. The Blue Jays have got to stop the pass here. They're going to throw the ball now. They're within field goal range for their kicker right now, too.
Here we go. Big 3rd down. 13. Deweese rolls right, wants to throw. Not much time. Going to have to tuck it. Throws it way over the middle. It'll be incomplete.
Oh, that's interference
Couldn't
on the
have
defense.
offensive interference.
Offense. I mean, you're right. Yep. Because the Blue Jays were going to intercept that, and so that's going to knock them out of field goal range.
Dibben was the man who committed the interference.
Of course, the Blue Jays, this is a tough decision for Coach Zimmerman, because if you decline this, then he's within field goal range, but that would make it 13-7, and so it would force the Blue Jays to have to do a touch or to go for a touchdown. It's going to back them up. Coach Zimmerman's probably going to take it, and then they're going to have third down, and it's going to be a ways back there. But no, Dewey, it was obvious the Blue Jays were getting ready to intercept the football, and the receiver grabbed him and kept him from getting to the ball. So that was a clear offensive pass interference.
Actually works out better for Junction City if you stop him. And Washburn Rural is going to be backed up to the 50-yard line. To get a first down, they've got to take it down to the 23.
Yeah, no, that's a good call, because that does take him back quite a ways.
You intercept it, you're down at the 5 or 10.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, that actually worked into the Blue Jays' favor dramatically, yes.
All right,
as far as field position.
Junction City sets the defense. Big third down. Washburn Rural has to go a third of the football field. Louise takes the snap. They're going to run it. Adams off left tackle, and the Blue Jays wrap him up. Oh, he broke free. Second tackle, third tackle. Jeez. Finally brought down at the Blue Jay 37. Still way shy of the first down, 14 yards shy.
Yeah, but that's quite a run, and what he just did he get them back into field goal range?
I don't think so.
Nah, man. What would that be? A 40... Fourth down?
They're not sending on the kicker.
He kicked
Washburn Rural may just try to go with it right here.
Nah, they're going to bring him on. He kicked a 44-yarder at the beginning of the game. This is a 46-yarder, and his leg is well within that. Oh, they're going to punt?
Yeah, I don't think they're in field goal range. Junction City will run T.J. Jones out deep to receive. Randall Banks will be the up-blocking back.
That's only
3:25 and counting down. The Junior Blues milking the clock, leading 10-7. There's the snap. Kick's on the way. It's a high kick. TJ goes to his right, trying to field it. He touched it. It got free. He's back on it. And Junction City's got the ball at the 17. Gambling a little bit there.
Well, you heard several.
They're lucky to have it.
You heard several fans right here out yelling, "Get away from the ball, get away from the ball." That might have been Josh Brown that was yelling that, but he's exactly right. Get away from the ball.
Yeah, he
that
tried
was
to
dangerous.
grab it and it popped off him.
It was going to go out of bounds inside of the maybe 10-yard line, and that's okay, though, because, boy, that could have been disastrous if he'd have muffed that punt and Washburn would have jumped on it.
All right, here we go. 1st and 10 Blue Jays, 3:13 to go, down 10-7 from their 17-yard line. They snap it to Xavier Felton. Pass up the left side, but it's out of bounds. Too far for the intended receiver, Damarian Sellers. It'll be 2nd down 10 coming up.
Yeah, and the Blue Jays, to get the field goal, Aiden kicked a 31-yarder last week, and so they really probably need to get somewhere around the 20, 25-yard line. That's probably about his range, and so that's the situation. But the Blue Jays really would like to score a touchdown here, but what they need to do more than anything is at least get the ball downfield, because they really need to score right here.
They're sputtering on offense. Xavier Felton will set. Twins right, twins left on the near side. Back to Xavier, looking to throw. Now going to have to tuck it and run. Reverses direction, goes to the right. He's going to rush for that first down. Big play, big run, and he's pushed out of bounds
late hit
across the 35 to the 39-yard line. So pretty good gain that time. 22 yards, and Junction City's got a 1st and 10.
Yeah, and he was already out of bounds when they shoved him into the sideline, but they decided that he was probably still going for the tackle, so good no call there. But that's a huge play by Xavier, and now the Blue Jays just need to use the momentum here and see if they can continue.
Here we go, 1st down. Junction City trying to come left to the near side. Randall Banks with the ball, and they rip him down at the 30. Couldn't turn the corner.
No, and
that wasn't Randall Banks either. Let's check that. Carrying the football that time for Junction City.
Was that TJ?
It was not TJ. It was Tyree Holloway.
Oh, okay. Trying to jet sweep there. That was Connor Conklin again, and he's just a good linebacker for them. 6'1", 195, wears number 52, and he's a senior linebacker for them, does a really nice job.
4-yard loss in the play. 2nd down 14 for Junction City. Trips right on the far side. Felton fakes right, comes back left, looking over the top, going to try and lob it deep. Triple coverage on the receiver, TJ, and I think it's been picked off.
Interference. Nope, they're going to call the interference. They grabbed him. They grabbed him as he was trying to go for the ball. I think they're going to call pass interference.
I don't see a flag.
It's right here. It's right here on the Blue Jays side, just about the 43-yard line.
That was kind of a Hail Mary pass. There were 3 defenders wrapped around TJ. He was not open.
No, but he's also about 5'6", and he had 3 defenders behind him that were about 5'11" to 6 foot tall.
Yeah, so now they drop a flag on the field.
Yeah, no, there's 2. There's one right here. I can see it. It's right here in front of us, standing right there in front of Coach Zimmerman. So there's 2 flags down.
All right, that's a big break for Junction City. 2:16 to go in the ball game.
Yeah, but now the Blue Jays aren't getting up there like it's on them on Washburn Rural. Let's see.
See what they call. Official pass interference. Doesn't say which team. On finally, Washburn Rural.
Yeah, I think he realized that his microphone wasn't working. I think that's why he stopped and called it twice. But that's huge. Now, that is not
15-yard penalty.
But it's not a spot foul in high school. And so it's just going to be 15 yards from...
Well, they had 2nd and 14, so that's a first down.
Let's see where they mark this.
Mark it probably from the line of scrimmage.
Coach Bueller on the field, not happy. He is really giving that referee, the actual referee, the white hat, he is giving him...
Marching the penalty off to the 46 of Junction City, and it will be a first down because of that 15-yard penalty.
2 minutes and 16 seconds. The Blue Jays, the clock is a little bit their enemy right now. They need a big play.
Blue Jays put 3 receivers wide on the far side, hiding on the near side. Officials done talking with the Washburn Rural coach, and they'll get everybody set on the field. Now we got official timeout down there.
Well, I'm not sure.
2 officials are talking at the 45 in front of the Washburn Rural sideline.
I think they're giving a sideline warning to Washburn Rural. Possibly. Now he's heading back. He stopped and talked. He said something to the coach, and the coach backed off. So
yeah, they'll talk.
Steve Bueller's he's a class act. He's a good coach, and so he feels like he's got something to complain about.
1st and 10. Blue Jays snap the ball to Xavier, and we get a whistle before the play can unfold. Illegal procedure on Junction City. 5-yard penalty.
Is that a?
No, it's just somebody moved.
Oh yeah. Well,
they'll back it up 5. They'll take the football back behind the 45 to the 41. Junction City to get a first down must go to the 44 of Washburn Rural. Trailing 10-7 against the Junior Blues. 2 minutes, 5 seconds to go. The clock running. Xavier takes the snap, rolls right. Voids the rush. Bobs it on the right side. It's caught at the 45. And breaking free, the receiver's going to say he's out of bounds at the 46, trying to spin around after the catch.
Is that DeMarion?
Yep,
or is that
it is.
It is. That's the touchdown DeMarion wanted. I'm proud of him for catching that and taking off right there. Nice play. Good pass by Xavier. That's a good pass play right there by the Blue Jays. In fact, he kind of threaded that. There was a defender right there, so that's a nice pass by Xavier and a great catch by DeMarion Sellers.
2nd down, 2 minute 53 to go. They snap to Xavier, rushing design play. He's got the first down easily inside the 40, charging through the defense inside the 35 to the 32-yard line for a 14-yard rush. And the Blue Jays are going to make a bid for the end zone. That's clear.
Well, minute 47 seconds, and the Blue Jays still have all 3 of their timeouts.
2-minute offense. Junction City snaps to Xavier, and we get another timeout.
I think that was a timeout, yeah.
All right, we'll stay here with a minute 42 to go. The Washburn Rural Junior Blues take a timeout for their defense. But what do you tell the offense here?
Well, I think you just tell the offense, don't make any mistakes. Run the play that we call. So here's the thing. You know, coaches tell players this all the time. We will call the plays. We will coach you all week. We will give you the tools you need. On Friday night, you have to go out and execute. And you can't make mistakes. And you have to play within yourself and do your assignment and not try and do too much and everybody do their job and all those great things. But really, the coaches are going to prepare the teams, and they just have to be able to execute when it comes time. And that's what the Blue Jays have to do right here, and that's what they're doing. The coaches just reminding them, look, guys, this is the play we're going to run. This is what we need to do. Here's the situation. Don't try to do too much. You know, don't try and be a hero. Just do your job. Trust the system that we have, and let's get in here and score a touchdown.
All right, timeout complete. Here come the offense and defensive units back on the field. We have 1 minute, 42 seconds remaining. 10-7, Washburn Rural. They put the football right in the middle of the field. Xavier Felton took over quarterback permanently in the third quarter, as far as tonight's game is concerned. 3 receivers bunched on the near side. They snap to Xavier, going to weave up the middle to the 30, just inside the 30. Short gain of about 2, and that clock running at 1.5 minutes to go.
Blue Jays going NASCAR here, and they do need to hurry to the line, but they don't need to rush this and make a mistake.
3 on the far side, TJ, Tyree Holloway, Demarion Sellers. They snapped to Xavier penalty flag. We'll have to do this over.
It's going to be moving
Another
on the
penalty
Jays.
flag. Xavier took a shot after the first penalty flag.
That's going to be a 15-yarder.
Yep. Junction City, I don't think, committed any large penalty. This could benefit the Blue Jays.
That's well after the whistle and the play was stopped. It will. That's a 15-yarder, and that's going to be
too much aggressiveness on the Junior Blues defense.
Well, and that's one of their best players. I don't want to say his name because I don't like pointing those things out when kids. These are high school kids, and I don't like pointing out when they do things like that. But that, Steve Bueller's telling him, hey, that's an aggressive play right there, but you should have been listening, and that was well after. Did they pick up the flag, or what are they doing? Motion on the Blue Jays, yes.
5-yard penalty, personal foul.
Yep.
Washburn Rural.
Roughing the quarterback.
Declined. I don't get that. Ball's at the 30-yard line of Washburn Rural.
They have to mark that off.
Picking up the flags off the field right now. Junction City will come out with TJ Randall and Xavier Felton.
Wait a minute. Why do you decline that?
That was a signal we got. 3 receivers, wide right.
Oh, offsetting penalties. Yep, that's what he was saying.
All right, it's going to be 2nd down and 8. Felton, Randall Banks in the backfield. 3 on the far side. Sellers over there on the farthest edge. Xavier dropped the ball. He got back on it in the backfield. He was wanting to fake a handoff, I think, and then throw.
Well, they were running the zone read right there. It looked like, or at least a fake, and he was going to pull it out and keep it. And that's hard to do when your quarterback hadn't been in there much now. Yeah, so offsetting, and that's right. That's what he was motioning. But the reason that surprises me is because it was the play didn't occur because of the fact that you had an offside, but the quarterback was hit well after the play, so it's a personal foul, unnecessary roughness. I think that's why I'm a little surprised that they call those offsetting penalties.
All right, the football has been marked down at the 35 of Washburn Rural. Junction City to get a first down. Let's go to the 22. It will be 3rd down coming up. The Blue Jays took the timeout with 56 seconds remaining in the ball game, trailing 10-7. Sooner or later, they got to heave it toward the end zone. So we'll see what Junction City comes up with. Randall Zimmerman's got some pretty good plays here in these late game situations.
Yeah, he does, but you know how I feel about the trick play, and so
just win, baby. Man named Al.
Well, the thing is, too, though, they could. If they could get another, 20 yards here, 15 yards, they are within field goal range, and they could go for the tie here, too.
Here we go, 3rd down from the shotgun. Xavier takes the snap, rolls back, looking to throw. He's going to throw over the middle. Got it. First down catch. 22 inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. The Blue Jays had a wide-open receiver in the middle of the field, Tyree Holloway. 1st and 10, Junction City.
That's a great pass and an outstanding catch. 48 seconds. Blue Jays still with 2 timeouts.
Junction City back to run again. This time Xavier up the middle inside the 15, diving down near the 12.
Will Coach Zimmerman wait to take a timeout here?
42 seconds. Clock is running under 40. Got to go in a hurry. It's 2nd down 5. Taking a long time to get the play down to 32.
Too long. Call the timeout.
Xavier ready now finally with 27 seconds. They snap it to him. They hand to Randall Banks off right tackle. Inside the 10, whirls around down to the 8.
You're going to have to call your timeout here.
Looks a little shy of the first down. 16, 15
Why aren't they going
seconds.
to timeout? He's calling a timeout. It's 18 seconds. He's calling a timeout. The line judge not even watching. Coach Zimmerman had to run way out onto the field. There should be 3 or 4 more seconds on that clock. None of the officials, in that situation as an official that the coach is going to call a timeout. That is what you are trained to do. None of the officials were looking at the sideline. Coach Zimmerman running out, sprinting out on the field trying to call a timeout with 18 seconds left, and they weren't even paying attention.
Now we get the timeout with 14 seconds. Coach immediately started meeting with his team, though.
Well, he was hollering he was yelling at the officials, hollering and screaming. Finally, one of them turned and looked. There should be 3 or 4 more seconds on the clock.
3rd down 1. Football is inside the 10 at about the 9. Got to go to the 8 for the 1st and goal. Official looking up at the scoreboard, or at this public address booth. All right, here comes Junction City. They got 2 plays. They got time for 2 plays, too.
See, Coach Zimmerman's yelling at him right now. How much time's on the clock? He's trying to get his attention, telling him, I'm going to call timeout. Right. Look at me.
Here we go. Xavier Felton from the shotgun set, takes the snap, rushes up the middle. Oh, no. Hit and tackle just shy of the 10. They lose yardage. We'll get a timeout with 9 seconds.
They're going to have to kick the field goal here
to try and tie it. They're in field goal range for Aiden. We'll see if they go for it on 4th down or kick. And here comes Aiden Field. Now he started out, now comes back over to the sideline. They'll huddle up. Ball's resting on the 11, so if he kicks it 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage, you're talking a 28-yard field goal try to tie the game. So Junction City will huddle up around Coach Zimmerman here, trailing Washburn Rural 10-7. Kind of a tough pressure situation no matter how you go, if you run it or you kick the field goal. Everyone talking with the Washburn Rural defense and their head coach, Steve Bueller.
Yeah.
Brian Field, this kind of a tight situation.
Oh, somebody
it is. Trying to lean in from the audience.
Oh, yeah, no, they're talking to us a little bit. Yeah, they're just people excited about this game, and so they are sending the field goal unit out onto the field. You're going to need a good snap, good hold, good kick here.
Aiden will be kicking, and he's marking off the yards now. They'll put it down at the 18-yard line. It'll be a 28-yard field goal try for Aiden Field.
He made a 31-yarder last week.
Demarion Sellers will be the hold. Needs a good snap. And we get a whistle and icing.
Bueller's going to ice him. Yep.
We'll keep it here with 9 seconds to go. If you get the field goal, you're looking at an overtime game for the second straight week.
Just leave the tee there. Oh.
Field went over and grabbed his tee and comes back to the Blue Jay huddle. They have about a 4th and 3 situation. I don't think they can get Washburn Rural to jump off sides. Big play right here. Everybody huddles up around Coach. Do you talk to your kicker in that situation? I know it's your son, but
I think Coach Zimmerman just, he doesn't. He's talking to everybody else about what they're going to do. Make sure you get the block, get the hold. He's got plenty of confidence. He talked about last week the 31-yard field goal that he made, but a lot of things have to happen. The line has to block well. Washburn Rural is going to be coming after this, and they've seen that sometimes the Blue Jays have had some problems with the snap this year, and so that's huge.
Here we go. 28-yard field goal try. The ball resting on the 18. They put the tee down. Demarion ready to hold. Aiden marks it off. He's ready to go. The Blue Jay Junior. And we get another timeout.
They're taking it again. He's going to use all of his timeouts here, which is what Bueller needs to do.
I think I'd carry one over in case you have overtime.
Well, I'm surprised he doesn't carry one over just in case the Blue Jays make a mistake here and he's able to get the ball.
Yeah.
I agree. A lot of times the coaches might save one, but now he went ahead and used them all. He's going to try and ice them.
Aiden practicing his lineup for the field goal try back at the 28-yard line right now, just on the side. They're leaving him alone. Now talking to one of his linemen who gives him a big pat on the back. It's tough for a kicker and really the holder too to be in this situation.
Well, and the snapper and the guys blocking. I mean, this is high school football. You have to remember, this isn't college. This isn't pro.
Washburn Rural defense chugs back out on the field on the slow jog. Here come the Blue Jays. Once again, they'll put the tee down at the 18, add on the 10 yards of the end zone. It'll be a 28-yard field goal try. Now they'll set. Everybody's used up their timeouts, and the moment of truth is here tonight on this field goal try. There's the snap. It's good. Kick is on the way, folks. It is good. 10-10 tie. Decisive kick by Aiden Field. That left no doubt. Brian, I know you're proud of him right now.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Junction City will kick off. It was 5 seconds to go.
Yeah, that'd have been good from another 10 yards, but the snap, a little high. But Demarion, I want to mention this about Demarion Sellers. Demarion Sellers has become, in a few weeks, a really good holder. He has dealt with some snapping issues, and I don't want to be critical of the Blue Jay snappers either because it's not an easy thing to do. But Demarion has really had to learn on the fly, and he has done an outstanding job getting that ball down. And that snap was high and a little right over his shoulder. He grabbed it, he got it down in time, and that's big. And that's really good right there.
10-10 tie, and the thing that impressed me is Aiden Field didn't show any nerves at all. He just lined up and kicked it.
No, I think a lot of that comes from baseball. I think, he's been playing baseball, and for a lot of years you get up with 2 strikes and everything, and he handles it pretty well, and Aiden's a kid that's able to shrug some things off and handle pressure. But yeah, no, I mean that's just a big thing right there all the way around. Great blocking by the Blue Jay line. The snap was there. Demarian did a great job with the hold, and Aiden's able to get the kick through.
All right, Junction City will kick off with 5 seconds to go. We're staring overtime in the face for the second consecutive week. Last week, the Blue Jays beat Seaman. Kind of a squib kick coming downfield, and Washburn Rural falls on it. No time went off the clock. Should be at least 1 second. The football for Washburn Rural is at their 34-yard line, so they can run a play from scrimmage if they choose. Everyone will huddle up on the Blue Jay defense. No time comes off that scoreboard clock.
That is kind of strange, isn't it?
Yep.
Well, even on the field goal, just 1 second on the field goal. That's not an extra point. That's a timed down.
No, 4 seconds went off on the field goal.
Okay. I thought there was 6 seconds left on that.
That's about right.
Okay.
All right, so Washburn Rural's going to get a play on offense. I put everybody back in center field if it's me.
Yeah, no, they'll go prevent here. The Blue Jays have been running cover 3 with 3 deep, putting their corners and their safeties back. Right now, they've got 5 back. They're going to run 2 safeties, 2 corners, and both of their linebackers. They've got 5 guys in cover deep.
Brandon Deweese from the shotgun set. Takes a knee. They're going to go for overtime. We're tied at 10. We go to overtime for a second consecutive week in Blue Jay football. We'll be back to start the extra session right after this.
K-State football fans, your undefeated Wildcats host Oklahoma next Saturday, October 2nd for Hall of Fame weekend. Kickoff is set for 2:30 p.m. and tickets start at just $40 with a Wildcat 4-pack. Reserve your seats today at kstatesports.com or 1-800-221-CATS. Join us as the Cats host the Sooners, and we recognize our newest Hall of Fame class, including College Football Hall of Fame inductee Darren Sproles. Get your tickets today, and we'll see you Saturday, October 2nd. Go Cats!
For more than 40 years, Dell Motors has been your hometown dealer in Junction City. Right on the presidential corner of Grant and Washington, you'll find a staff of Junction City locals who want to make your buying experience as easy as possible. Whether it's helping you find a car that's more affordable or one with more size, or even if you just need more information to see if buying is right for you, Dell Motors is here. Dell Motors, Grant and Washington in Junction City, and always on at DellMotors.com.
The Blue Jays on 107.9 FM and 1420 KJCK.
Well, normally we'd be going to the Valor Automotive postgame show. We're not tonight. Tied at 10-10 in the first ever football game. Played at Blue Jay Stadium, and a lot of firsts tonight, Brian.
Yeah, a lot of firsts. But I just want to say, but the field, I mean, it feels like home.
You said it 4 times.
I know. I can't believe how much this just feels like we've played a football game here before. And I think a lot of it, and kudos to Matt Westerhouse and the administrators, USD 475, and everybody, the architects and everybody that made the decision. It just looks like we picked up the field at Al Simpler Stadium, carried it out here, and stuck it down here on Blue Jay Way. And that's what it looks like. And
a lot of blue and white out here, too.
It is, and it's cool. The setting is great, and you can tell people are having a good time tonight, good crowd. I think it's, there's what I like, too, is the picnic tables over by the concessions, and you've got just a lot of neat little things added here. It's a very fan-friendly venue, and I like that.
Washburn Rural came in 3-0, the Blue Jays 2-1. And they have had a defensive-oriented ball game tonight. Hard-hitting, tough game.
Yeah, and, Washburn Rural's physical. And these two coaches have played each other so many times. And Coach Zimmerman's come out of the winning end more. But you see this, and you know that over time, Steve Bueller has a good football team this year, and he usually does. And these are well-disciplined kids. They're good students at Washburn Rural. They do things the right way, and we talk a lot about Penny, their athletic director, when we go to Washburn Rural. She's a really good athletic director. They just do a lot of things right at Washburn Rural. They've got a very strong alumni association. They've got a Hall of Fame for students, former students, and it's not just sports, it's everything. And they do a lot of things right there, and they've got a good football tradition, and Steve Bueller's done a really nice job since he's been at Washburn Rural. But in this ball game right now, going into overtime, second week in a row, and Blue Jays came out on top last week against a very tired Seaman football team because a lot of those kids played both ways. This is a different football game. Coach Bueller, 2 platoons, just like Coach Zimmerman does. And so, both teams aren't overly tired right now, and the Blue Jay defense has been on the field a lot longer than the Washburn Rural defense has. But going into overtime here, the thing is, you've got 2 kickers that can make field goals. You've got a good quarterback from Washburn Rural who can throw the football. And so Blue Jays, they've had to run the ball tonight, but Xavion's made a couple of nice passes here in the fourth quarter, and especially on that last drive. And so this is going to be an exciting overtime, Dewey.
Washburn Rural has sent their captains out on the field, still waiting on Junction City. They're talking with an official on the near side at the 50-yard line. They're explaining the rules of overtime. They'll flip the coin to see who gets to win the coin toss. Now, the winner can say, we want to go on defense. That's usually what they do. The other goes on offense. They'll put the ball on the 10-yard line at whatever end of the field the team that lost the coin toss chooses, and you got 4 plays to put it in the end zone. Then the other team gets the ball for 4 plays.
Yeah, and the reason you like to go second is because if the other team doesn't score a touchdown, they kick the field goal, you know what you have to do. You can either kick a field goal to tie if you can or try and get the touchdown, but yeah, a lot of times that's why you try to go second. But if you've had the hot hand on offense, maybe you just get in there and score quick with the faith you have in your defense. The Blue Jays inside the red zone this season have been very, very solid. They had a lot of nice stops last week. They did against Topeka High also in that first ball game, and Manhattan too inside the red zone. This defense has been very tight inside the red zone. You start inside the red zone at the 10-yard line with the 4 downs, like you said, Dewey, and so it's different than college.
All right, they tossed the coin. Now we'll see who won and what they've chosen.
Looks like Washburn Rural won.
Officials will give us a signal here in a minute.
Looks like the Blue Jays are maybe choosing.
They're talking to the Blue Jays. Washburn Rural is choosing to play on the east end of the stadium. They line up, and looks like Junction City will be on defense. Washburn Rural will be on offense, 10-yard line, east end of Blue Jay Stadium. So the first ever game played here goes to overtime. Now, there's a trivia question 40 years from now.
There it is.
Junction City beat Emporium the first ever game.
There'll be a lot of trivia
at Al Simpler Stadium back in the day.
There'll be a lot of trivia questions on this. You could say, hey, who was related from the Washburn side and the Junction City side? It was the first game here. Are these 2 teams that always play each other closely? And so here we go.
Fans are excited. Many are standing, clapping their hands, stomping their feet. Blue Jays will be on defense. That's what they did last week, and they actually lost last week, went on defense second, and then they won the ball game 21-14. They lost the coin toss a week ago. So Junction City this time sets. Washburn Rural will be on offense. The quarterback, Brenton DeWeese. 2 receivers go wide left, 1 on the near side for the Junior Blues. They got 4 tries to put the ball in the end zone. Could kick a field goal if they choose.
They're going to run these outs that they were running in the first half. The Blue Jays need to be ready. The corners are playing really deep.
Snap. They rush it off tight. It's ball carrier Williams going to go down to the 7. Blue Jays had good pursuit. McCantis Williams. It'll be second down goal. I think they're setting up that pass you're talking
you're
about.
right. They're going to. The Blue Jays given a lot of cushion on the outside, and probably maybe even see them run a curl. Something out there on the outside. All they got to do is get to the pylon.
2 receivers wide right on the near side. Luis claps his hands, drops back in the pocket. Rolling left, looking to unload it toward the end zone.
It's tipped.
Caught.
Oh, he caught it, even though
touchdown, Washburn Rural. They go ahead 16-10. And now Junction City, they'll kick the extra, and then Junction City will get a chance with the football on that catch. Looked like it. I'm trying to, from a distance, looked like Sabarini made it.
Yeah, it's hard to tell that far away. And we're getting a little older, Dewey. But that ball was tipped by a Blue Jay defender, and so you saw that he had to fall backwards and catch it in his hands. He did a really good job, the receiver for Washburn Rural.
Giles Fredericks kicks the extra point.
Oh.
It's up and good.
Line drive is
We'll stay here now. 17-10, the Junior Blues take 2 points or 2 plays to put the ball in the end zone. Now Junction City will huddle up, and they've got a chance to answer. You can play as many overtimes as you need. A lot of great Blue Jay overtime games over the year. I think this is the second one I can remember against Washburn Rural. They played a couple of overtimes in 2008. Blue Jays won. Jeff Childs made a game-saving tackle on a 2-point conversion, and that kept Junction City undefeated in their march for the state championship that year. That was at Rural 13 years ago.
These games are always close with Washburn Rural, Dewey. They really are. These two coaches know each other very well.
All right, here we go. Xavion Felton, the quarterback.
Oh,
we got some interference at the line of scrimmage. Washburn Rural was coming
Blue Jays
across.
Getting 5 more. Offside, yep.
On Washburn Rural, that'll be a 5-yard penalty, and it'll take the ball down to the 5.
Makes you wonder if that was an inflection in Xavion's voice or if the kid was just excited, but that's a pretty big play right there.
Here they go, running play again. Xavion up the middle to the 1.
Almost.
All right, it is 2nd down and goal.
Coach Zimmerman and I will just about bet you if the Blue Jays get in here, I would not be surprised to see him go for 2.
He does sometimes gamble. We won and lost it both that way. Here we go. 2nd down goal, 1-yard line. Rushing play, Xavion, touchdown.
Quarterback ISO, the same play they scored on last week against Topeka Seaman. That's a big play. Quarterback ISO, his fullback leads, left side line crashes down. Xavion goes in for the touchdown. Nice play.
All right, Aiden comes out to kick the extra point, and they are going to go for 2. They're pulling him back.
Yep, I figured that's what he would do.
So JC is going to gamble it all right here. 17-16, Washburn Rural in the overtime. 1 play to go 3 yards. Junction City has Xavion Felton 4 yards off behind the center. 1 receiver out, a tight formation. And they try to get Washburn Rural to jump. They don't do it. They look over at the coach, and he's calling a timeout. I think there was a little confusion right there. They wanted to try and get Washburn Rural to jump off sides.
Well, or you got your timeout, use it. I mean, you haven't used your timeout. That's a good call. That's a good experience call by Coach. We've talked about this. Coach Zimmerman's experience. There are very few coaches in high school football that have been coaching at the same school for 28 years, let alone you add the years that Coach Zimmerman was at the other high school. And so Coach Zimmerman with 30 years experience in coaching or more, and he knows how to do this. He's done this more than a few times, and so that was the right thing to do. If you don't get him to jump, and make sure you don't jump, call the timeout, then you get your team. You got your timeout. You might as well use it here. You haven't used it. This is the last play of this overtime. And so the Blue Jays, instead of trying to tie here, they're going to go for it. And Coach Zimmerman, do we get it? Do we not get it? Coach Zimmerman likes to gamble a little bit, and especially in overtime, we've seen him do this multiple times.
I've seen them lose more than they've won doing this, but yes, they have tried it many times. Junction City comes out. They'll go for 2 to try and win the ball game. Again, trailing 17-16. Randall Banks in the backfield with Xavion Felton, T.J. Jones in the slot right. Crowd is standing cheering. Waiting on the snap. It goes to Xavion up the middle to the end zone. Touchdown, 2 points. Junction City has an 18-17 overtime win over the Washburn Rural Junior Blues, and the Blue Jays parade onto the field, jumping, skipping up and down. They are happy.
Same play. They ran the same play. I'm not sure, though, if they didn't run it through the B gap instead of the C gap that time. But that was a beautiful play. What a great win for the Blue Jays. Are we going to call this our home field now? You're darn right. We got a big win in overtime tonight here. Big win for the Blue Jays. Also, it's a big win because, again, it was a developmental win for this team. They're just gaining confidence every week. You see it in all aspects of the game. Good defense tonight, good special teams tonight. The offense came up big when they needed to at the end.
Washburn Rural's lining up to shake hands. The Blue Jays are still in a big circle, jumping up and down. Now they come back toward the middle of the field. 18-17, your Blue Jays get the victory tonight at Blue Jay Stadium. They win the first ever football game played here. Important for Junction City High School history, and the Blue Jays improved to 3-1. Washburn Rural 3-1 on the season. These teams could play again in 6A playoffs.
Well, they could, Dewey, but another thing that this is big, a reason this is big, is because the Blue Jays are still in the fight for the share of the Centennial League title, because Seaman, Rural, and Manhattan all have to play each other. And so Junction City, Seaman, Rural, and Manhattan. Those are the 4 best teams in the Centennial League. And so for the Blue Jays, their Blue Jays shot is still alive for them. They finish out now. They've got, Topeka West, Topeka High, Highland Park, and Emporia. And so, those are some teams that are maybe a little down this year. We'll see what happens. But the Blue Jays have already played Topeka High this year. But this is a big win for the Blue Jays because that's a good football team. And Washburn Rural is a team that has a good possibility of being at the top.
Team is coming over in front of the Blue Jays stands. Listen to the applause. The students are down low, up high, the community members, and they're getting a standing ovation. Running down the line with some of their fellow students down at the bottom of the bleachers. In the lower bowls, we call it here. Key clutch field goal by Aiden Field tied the game at 10 with 5 seconds remaining. In overtime, Washburn Rural scored on their second play. Then Junction City scored. The Blue Jays gambled. They go for 2. Xavier Felton busts into the end zone. For the second week in a row, Junction City wins an overtime ball game.
Well, that's just a big developmental win. You just want to get better every week, so you're playing your best football when it comes time for the playoffs. And so that's big. You just got to be proud of this Junction City Blue Jay football team and what they've done and how well they've played the last couple of weeks. And it's huge. Tell me it is not huge for them to get a big win in overtime.
Time to begin the Valor Automotive postgame show. We'll be back right after this.
Find new roads at Jim Clark Chevrolet Cadillac. Easy to find. I-70 Junction City under that huge American flag. Willie Thornburg looks a little thin for cars, trucks, and vans out there.
Well, Bob, the inventory is a little light on the new car side, but I got to tell you, we've had a steady flow of new trucks, SUVs, and crossovers arriving constantly. Bob, the majority of them are just spoken for before they ever hit the ground. But we have been delivering a lot of cars, and that means we've been trading for a lot of nice trade-ins. And, Bob, we've got an excellent selection of late-model trucks and SUVs. Bob, some of them are certified pre-owned. That means that well-qualified buyers can take advantage of interest rates as low as 1.9%. The certified pre-owned gives you a 6-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, a 12-month, 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty. Bob, you get free OnStar XM radio.
Jim Clark Chevrolet Cadillac, I-70 Junction City.
There we go.
Homefront Real Estate Group is your local real estate expert. Our partners have over 60 years of experience combined to ensure a fresh perspective on the ever-changing market, and we are here to serve this amazing community. Whether you catch us at a Blue Jay game or the grocery store, don't hesitate to talk business because we love what we do. Stop by our office at 720 South Caroline Avenue in Junction City or give us a call at 785-223-6030. Homefront Real Estate. We have the key to unlock your happy.
Hi, this is Dustin Zeck, owner of the all-new Valor Ford Lincoln in Junction City. At Valor Ford Lincoln, you will find a car buying experience unlike anywhere else. Our non-commissioned sales team is ready to help you find the right vehicle that fits your needs and your budget. Our team makes the process easy, enjoyable, and transparent because your time is valuable, and buying a car from a company you can trust is important. Shop our inventory online at valorford.com or see us off exit 295 on I-70 in Junction City. Driven by integrity, we are Valor Automotive.
And welcome back here in the Valor Automotive postgame show. The Junction City Blue Jays winning tonight in overtime against Washburn Rural, 18-17. And Brian, I've seen Randall do this before. It's gone both ways. What do you think about that gamble?
Well, we've seen him do it so many times. We saw him do it down in Hutch in the playoffs.
It didn't go well that night.
It did not go well that night. We lost it in our season. We did. In fact, I think we stopped and got some big chicken fried steak at that. What's that breakfast place that we go to in Salina? But anyway, I remember that. I always remember the post-game meal. But anyway, no, this was a huge move by Coach Zimmerman. He felt the momentum 2 weeks in a row. He knew that play worked. We scored on that play last week for a touchdown against Seaman. We scored on that play tonight for a touchdown. It just looked like they variated it just a little bit. I'd like to talk to Coach Z about that at practice Monday night, see what they did. It looked like they ran it through the B gap instead of out off tackle. And so I'd be curious to see how they did that. But I just know that was huge. And you know what? Excitement tonight, a lot of momentum. The crowd had a lot to do with this win, too, for the Blue Jays tonight. A lot of momentum, a lot of support for this Blue Jay football team. But I just want to say this is a team that knows, and they know that they laid an egg and made some mistakes against Manhattan. They did not play well in that football game. They had a choice of how they were going to finish this season and how they were going to play the rest of the way. They get an overtime win against Seaman last week, and that is a darn good Seaman football team. And I think this Washburn team could even be a little better than Seaman, and they get an overtime win against them tonight. Two very similar teams. The Blue Jays, their three toughest games were that three-game stretch. And so the Blue Jays just have to get better every single week, and that's what they're doing, and it's so important, and I'm just very proud of what they've done. But I'm also proud of these coaches. We don't talk about the coaches enough. The coaching staff's doing a good job with this football team.
Talk about your son. Kick the game-time field goal.
Yeah. I'd
send it to overtime.
Excited. He is... it's just his second year playing football. He's worked on this quite a bit, but he'll be the first one to tell you, the ball has to be there for him, and he knows how important it is that the snap's got to be good, the line's got to block, and he's got a really good holder in Demarion Sellers. And I'm already getting some texts, people throwing out who they think the player of the game should be. Demarion's kid, he came up big tonight with a big catch, big hold, but he's gotten to where he's really good. And so I think that Aiden's going to be the first one to tell you it's a team effort, and he knows how important it is that everybody does their job.
Blue Jays had to lose, or did take David Rowell out third quarter. Xavier Felton played a lot of quarterback tonight, did well, and scored the game-winning touchdown. Now, Brian, it's time to announce the Cardinal Insurance Player of the Game.
Yeah, and we talked about Demarion and the big hold and the big catches. He had a couple of nice plays, but I think tonight we went defense the last 2 weeks, Dewey. Tonight I think we're going to have to go offense, and I just want to say, and I've known Xavier Felton now. He's been in Aiden's class for several years. He's been over to our house several times. Great kid. I like to talk to him, but he's a humble kid. And talking to him in practice after that Manhattan game, he kind of mentioned, he goes, oh, gosh, I've got a lot of work to do. Well, tonight he came in a huge spot when you had your starting quarterback go out. He's the starting fullback. He comes into the game, plays quarterback. It took him a little bit to get rolling, but he came in and made some key passes, and he scored both the touchdown, or actually the touchdown to win and the two-point conversion. But he showed a lot of poise and a lot of leadership, and he's still just a junior. So tonight we're going to go with junior quarterback. Well, we're going to call him junior fullback / quarterback for the Blue Jays. Xavier Felton is the Cardinal Insurance Player of the game.
And let's hope David's all right. He stood on the sidelines by the coaches, so I think he's probably okay, but he did injure his hand a couple weeks ago, too.
Yeah, let's hope he's okay. And I don't know that it was necessarily a change, but again, if it is a change that Coach Zimmerman decided to make it work, and I just want to say again, I know we talk about this a lot, but the experience of Coach Randall Zimmerman and his staff and how he works with his staff, and let's again, Coach Ty Zimmerman coaching the defense and doing such a good job as a coordinator. He made some great calls last week and some great adjustments in that game against Seaman. But let's just go ahead, if you don't mind, let's mention the whole coaching staff. You've got Jimmy Goheen, longtime coach who's the running back. He's kind of the extraordinary. He's the special teams head coach. He does all of the huddle and all the technology for the coaches, or for the team. You got Chase Jones, who's an offensive line coach. Rick Bazan coaches linebackers. Colton Lycom, I think, coaches the defensive line. Aaron Craig coaches linebackers. Willie Snipes, longtime member of the Blue Jay coaching staff. He coaches I believe he coaches offense. Ty Zimmerman, of course, the defensive coordinator. Emmanuel Cason, he played here. He coaches the inside linebackers. Matt Johnson is a new coach on the staff this year. He coaches defense for the freshmen. And of course, Jeff Childs, who's been with the staff for a few years, but has coached at several different levels. And so a good coaching staff, and they've really done some good things. And they're cohesive, and in the beginning they always work some things out. Where do kids go? The other thing I want to point out is the Blue Jays are starting to figure out, you see this every year, especially in two platoon, who's going to end up on the offensive side of the ball, who's going to end up on the defensive side of the ball. They always get a guy from the defensive line to switch over to the offensive line that does a great job. This year that's Judah Peterson. And you have some kids changing sides of the football. You've got Logan Nabis now playing instead of center. He's playing tight end. You start to work through some things, and coaching staffs are the ones that work together to figure those things out. And so that just says a lot about Coach Randall Zimmerman and his coaching staff, and you get 2 overtime wins 2 weeks in a row.
Well, the Blue Jays win it 18-17 tonight in overtime. Last week they beat Seaman 21-14 in overtime. I don't know, Brian. Do you think you have to play every week? Okay, we got Emporia, Highland Park, Topeka High, Topeka West. But have we seen the strength of the schedule?
Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen so far, in fact, I'd like to see, did Highland Park end up winning that football game? Oh, darn. Did they lose? Oh, boy, 42-32. Emporia came back to win that football game. So, darn, we'd like to see Highland Park. I have a lot of respect for Highland Park's coach, and we'll talk about that, too. They're going to play you tough this year. Emporia always plays Junction City tough. We've talked about this so many times, but they're having a very down year. Topeka West got to win against Emporia this year. And so you just never know what's going to happen. By all rights, the Blue Jays should, and I'm going to knock on some wood here, but they should be able to win out. You just don't know. But that's important, because now what you're playing for is position in the playoffs. And the Blue Jays, to play that 3-game stretch, Manhattan, Topeka, Seaman, and we didn't know about Topeka High, how they were going to be. So actually that 4-game stretch, to go 3-1 in that 4-game stretch, yeah, it's tough to lose to your rival, but let's talk about that. The Blue Jays going 3-1 in the beginning of the season, a very tough 4-game stretch with an inexperienced football team. Lost a lot of starters on offense, only 2 starters returning on offense. I think we had 4 on defense. So inexperienced team. That says a lot about this football team and how they're coming together at the right time. And so the next several games, let's try and continue to play well, not have any injuries, and see where we end up. And hopefully right now, if we can finish out with just 1 loss, we ought to have a pretty good seed in the playoffs.
Well, the Blue Jays are just now beginning to wrap up their post-game meeting down the field. I'm not sure what took that long.
That's Coach Zimmerman's telling these guys.
Coach Zimmerman's talking to some of his fellow coaches, and he'll head up here to the press box now. This is going to be a long walk from the field. There's a lot of steps to climb.
Yeah, and again, I just want to say, I think what makes this look so impressive, really, I mean, the field's the same. It looks like we've talked about it. You picked up the field from Al Simpler Stadium and brought it out here is what it really does look like.
I know, it looks like home.
But I think one of the things that really is it's the lighting. The lighting is fantastic. This is the kind of lighting that you see on college fields. There is not a dark spot anywhere. There's no dark corners of the end zone. It's very well lit up. Just the four light poles. I mean, that's pretty impressive to think that you're getting. But that's what these new LED lights do. It's safer for the players. It's better to see the ball. It's better for the coaches. And I'll tell you what, it's better for us because we could see things happening on the field pretty well. It's very well lit. How did it look tonight?
And we can still mess up. And we can still mess up once in a while.
We will. It's okay. But I mean, it looked like on the live stream, yeah. So Jackson's nodding his head, but I love this venue so far. And another thing that helps, so if you block out everything and you look straight across the field, I guess we haven't mentioned this tonight. The field is identical to the field at Al Simpler Stadium. Those are our visitor stands from Al Simpler Stadium too. Yes. And so if you just put some blinders on and look straight across the field, you really almost feel like, because the visitor stands over there came from Al Simpler Stadium, that you're at Al Simpler Stadium.
We're going to be delayed a little bit. 2 reporters are interviewing Coach Zimmerman down on the field. He will be up here in just a few minutes, and we will talk to him tonight about this big win. It'll be the coach's interview presented by Dell Motors. They do that every Friday night from the Central National Bank press box, regardless of where we're at. And Coach will head on up here in just a few minutes. So Junction City gets a huge win. They got down in the overtime 17-10. They score the touchdown. They run the same play. Got a 2-point conversion. That after a timeout. It worked. Washburn Rural had to expect that was coming.
You would think so, and Coach Zimmerman is not afraid to run the same play 5-6 times in a row if it's working, and that's exactly what he did. He ran virtually the same play 3 times. There was a variation that last time. Dewey, I just want to say I think one of the reasons you're getting trumped is because I think that's a student from Junction City High School for the student newspaper. So
we're going to pull you off the air just momentarily. Jackson Snyder's going to hop in and give us some scores. He's been tracking scores, high school football from around the area, and Coach will take his time, then he'll head up, and we'll get him on here in our post-game. And Jackson, what are you learning for us?
Well, plenty of final scores coming across the screen from all across the state of Kansas. These scores via the Scores in Kansas Twitter account. You can follow them yourself back at home if you want to follow scores throughout the Friday nights during the football season, basketball season as well. But as we scroll through, Nemaha Central beat Atchison County 20-0. I'll try to find as many local schools as I can. McPherson, 21-14 win over Winfield. Arc City, 24-17 over Mays. That's a bit of a eye-catcher, as Mays one of the top teams in Class 5A. Olathe West, a big-time win. I know Brian's had his eyes on them lately, but they get a big-time win, 20-6 over one of the 6A favorites right now, Olathe North. Wamego, a big-time win, 45-6 over Kansas City, Washington. Hutchinson, a 28-10 win over Newton. Derby smacks Salina South 77-7. Lawrence Free State 21, Gardner Edgerton 10. Chapman, a big winner tonight as well. They take down the Marysville Bulldogs 48-16. St. Mary's Bears 54, Riverside Rams 7. And as we continue to scroll through some of these final scores tonight, Victoria 36, Sylvan Lucas 22. Plenty other scores coming across. Still plenty of games in the fourth quarter as well. So lots going on.
Thank you, Jackson. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with the coach right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Field from Cardinal Insurance. Cardinal Insurance is a trusted choice independent insurance agency who writes insurance through several different insurance companies. We work hard to find the right company for you. And as a proud Junction City High School alumni and former Blue Jay athlete, I know how hard our Blue Jays work to proudly represent Junction City High School and our community. That's why we sponsor the Cardinal Insurance Player of the Game. Listen to the postgame show to hear the Cardinal Insurance Player of the Game. Cardinal Insurance, working hard to serve you first.
Hi, this is Dustin Zeck, owner of the all-new Valor Ford Lincoln in Junction City. At Valor Ford Lincoln, you will find a car buying experience unlike anywhere else. Our non-commissioned sales team is ready to help you find the right vehicle that fits your needs and your budget. Our team makes the process easy, enjoyable, and transparent because your time is valuable, and buying a car from a company you can trust is important. Shop our inventory online at valorford.com or see us off exit 295 on I-70 in Junction City. Driven by integrity, we are Valor Automotive.
Offices function better with office supplies. The pen you're writing with? Office Supply. The desk calendar your elbows on? Office Supply. The file folders on your desk and the sticky notes on them? Office Supplies. You get the idea. Now, where do you get supplies? Key Office Products in Salina and Junction City bring office supplies to you. Purchase online, then have Key Office deliver. Small and bulk orders, office furniture, and copiers. Shop local. Shop Key Office at keyofficeproducts.com.
Central National Bank's convenient home equity line of credit, or HELOC, can help make it a lot easier to pay for your home improvement project, consolidate debts, or to pay a large, unexpected bill. Put the equity in your home to work for you, and for a limited time, pay no origination fee. Offer of credit is subject to credit approval.
Central National Bank, money for life.
FDIC in your hometown since 1884, equal housing lender.
For more than 40 years, Dell Motors has been your hometown dealer in Junction City. Right on the presidential corner of Grant and Washington, you'll find a staff of Junction City locals who want to make your buying experience as easy as possible. Whether it's helping you find a car that's more affordable or one with more size, or even if you just need more information to see if buying is right for you, Dell Motors is here. Dell Motors, Grant and Washington in Junction City, and always on at DellMotors.com.
And welcome back. We're in post-game tonight. The coach's interview, Randall Zimmerman, presented to you by Dell Motors. And Randall, let's get you in here, and thank you for coming up. That's a long walk here at the new stadium, but I appreciate it.
Yeah, it is a long walk up here, but thanks for having us. I'm just proud of our kids and how they just held on there. But we played really, really, really well defensively, really well. Those defensive coaches, Coach Ty, had those kids dialed in and done a great job. And we know that that needs to be our strength. We had a few older kids over there, but offensively we really, really struggled. And then Losing Dave didn't help timing and those kind of things, but second half, I think our kids, at least the fourth quarter, we were able to put some things together. But it's again same story tonight. We'd get some positive things going, and then have penalties and things that just kind of held us back. But we'll keep working, keep cleaning it up.
Let's go to the late game. You're down 10-7. Aiden Field came on and kicked a game-tying field goal.
Very clutch field goal after 3 timeouts, trying to ice him, and it was right through the center. Really good kick. Great protection. They had overloaded our right side, their left side. We almost put both wings over. I'm glad Coach talked me out of that. Because it would have changed our protection on the left side a little bit, but Aiden just put it right down the middle, and clutch kick.
You go to the overtime session. You're down 17-10. You score, and you basically look like you ran the same play for the 2-point win.
Well,
it was pretty close.
We did, but it's a different formation. I mean, we had seen that they were doubling up with TJ because their key was the slot of the wing, so we put the wing opposite our tight split, our tight flanker, and they brought an extra guy over there. So that put them one short on the left side, which was where Logan Navis is at. Logan had a really nice game. Logan really had a nice game blocking. Missed a couple of pass routes, but that's on me, and we're using him more as an offensive guard, playing out there as a third guy. So instead of an unbalanced formation, it pretty much is. We just put a different number on him, and he just made a tremendous block. Randall Banks made a tremendous block. The freshman Patron did a great job at kicking out, and it was a lot of fun to watch that.
18-17, you went for 2. That's a gamble. You've won some, lost some over the years. Why go for 2 there?
Nah, because kids wanted to. Kids absolutely wanted to. They wouldn't have let Aiden come on the field. You saw Aiden sprinted out there to kick that PAT, and they were going to run an offensive play with 12 out there if we couldn't drag them off. So they wanted to go for it and put it in their hands and let's go.
And they produced.
They did. That was wide open. It was wide open, and Xavier ran it very, very hard.
Last time you played Washburn Rural in overtime game, 13 years ago, 2008, you win in double overtime with a big tackle by Jeff Childs saving the game.
Yes.
When Washburn Rural went for 2. You went on to win a state title that year.
Yeah, it's a tremendous game. And those kids and all these kids. And that was our whole message afterwards. We didn't even talk football. And I'm going to talk about it a little bit tomorrow. People will listen a little bit. I'm going to be completely honest. People don't like honesty, but I'm going to be completely honest. We've got it. I need some help.
All right. David Roel goes out. What kind of injury?
Not sure yet. Doc looked at him. He thinks he's fine. Is in the rib area, but he had rib protectors and stuff on, so it was a very first run play.
He looked like he was kind of uncomfortable on the sideline.
Very uncomfortable, and he's a really good kid, a really tough kid, and he wasn't going to say anything to me, and it started stiffening up on him, and then I did not know it, and he admitted to me later. He's a really tough kid. He's out here for the team first. Unbelievably great kid. He's been raised the right way, and he's. I feel for him, but he'll bounce back. I think, this was, hopefully it's a bruise, and get it loosened up a little bit and be able to go next week.
What do you think of winning the first game ever played here at Blue Jay Stadium?
It'll mean more later, probably. It's going to be more to a lot of different people. A lot more than for me. I love to win the game. I love to win games, but I want to see these young men grow up to be fine young people, and that's where I need help. We need some. That's my whole message afterwards, and I am sincere with that. I love them to death. I love this community. Our family has been here for a long, long time.
You stood here long enough to even have pet goats.
Yeah, we do. I don't know where you got that one, but
you told me you had some.
Yeah, I don't know. Got grandkids here. Had an awful lot of fun up there, right by the weight room all night. It was a lot of fun.
What was it like playing here? What's the environment?
It's really neat coming out there and then just having the end zone like that, and all of those kind of things. It's a great place to play. Great place to play, as is Al Simpler Stadium. It's fun, good atmosphere, and I love the crowd that was here, and it just made a lot of fun for these kids.
Legacy was set at Al Simpler Stadium for Blue Jay football. Now you've carried it over here.
Yeah,
it's kind of a neat deal.
Yeah.
Do you go home tonight and just sit down in the chair for a minute and say, "Boy, we pulled off another one"?
Probably go in and watch a little bit of this. figure out how to, different things we could do offensively. And we have it so incredibly simple, but we're still making a few mistakes. But, we're young. And here's me, this old guy, making excuses. But we are very, very young. But we're 4 games into it. An awfully tough 4-game stretch, too. Topeka High's got tremendous talent, and they have Manhattan week 2, a veteran team, really came at us. Topeka Seaman, Washburn Rural, really, 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 really good physical teams, and we feel good where we're at right now for sure.
Thanks.
Thanks, Dewey.
I appreciate it. We'll see you in the morning on Sports Saturday. We heard that in the 8 o'clock hour on 107.9 FM, 1420 KJCK. And we'll get Brian Field his final thoughts on tonight's win. The Blue Jays defeat Washburn Rural in overtime by the score of 18-17. Junction City improves to 3-1. Washburn Rural 3-1. Brian's heading out the door, so I think he's done talking. So, Jackson Snyder, your final thoughts on the broadcast. Here comes Brian. Now we got him back.
Oh, I just wanted to talk to Coach for a second. I don't know. That was a great win for the Blue Jays. He said a lot of what we were saying. Big 4-game stretch, good football teams, and then the kids, they've learned. They're learning on the fly, and they're going to make mistakes. They're 16, 17, 18-year-old kids, and you're going to see that happen. But that's why we're so lucky to have Coach Zimmerman, because he sees the big picture. He understands it's not just about what happens on this football field. Yes, what happens on this football field is important to everybody, but it's what they do in the classroom. It's what they do, outside of school. It's what they do when they grow up. It's what they do as people and the kind of people that they become. And that's what his focus is. And you do that. You use football to teach that. And so tonight, big win. Again, it's nice to win that first game, especially in overtime. That's a cool way to win your first game at the new Blue Jay Stadium.
Blue Jays win it tonight.
Well, I just want to say, but again, this already feels like home, Dewey, don't you think? Even our press box.
That's 6 times tonight.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I like it.
It's a good place. They did a good job building the stadium and the high school. And Brian, hope you had a good time. The Blue Jays win it 18-17 in overtime over Washburn Rural. For Jerry Breckheisen back in our studio, Jackson Snyder on the live stream. We appreciate you listening. Thank you. We'll talk to you next Friday night from Blue Jay Stadium. So long, everybody.